And we are live. Welcome to RangersLive.net. This is Nathan Ernst. I'll be on the call tonight with Rocky LeBlanc. How you doing tonight, Rocky?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. It's a beautiful night for football. I think we got 75 degrees outside, beautiful weather.
Yeah, clear skies. We got just under 13 minutes left on the warm-up clock before we get rolling here tonight with some Rangers football on homecoming.
We have some notes from Coach Searstad. We got Week 4 Player of the Week, Scout MVP Jackson Vogt. Offensive MVP last week was Christian Anderson. Defensive MVP was Deacon Larson. Most valuable teammate last week is Gus Vigneri. Rotating captain tonight is Eldon McLean, with captains of Wyatt Holmes, Kean Wiesner, Andrew Taylor, and J.J. Lang. Stats for the night with the Rangers. We're going to do a little comparison between the two teams here.
Great. Yeah, so Rangers on the season right now are sitting at 980 yards, 474 passing yards. That puts them at about 118 passing yards a game, with the Hinckley-Finlayson at 977. So right on par with where the Rangers are at, but only 232 passing yards. So maybe we can expect a little bit more of a rush game tonight from Hinckley. Yeah, I mean, just going through some more here, you got the CI passing completion at 50% with Hinckley at 35, 6 passing touchdowns for CI and only 2 for Hinckley this year. And then we get into the rushing stats. Hinckley's at 186 rushing yards a game for a total of 745, with the Rangers at 126 for a total of 506 through 4 games this year.
Turnovers have been about even. Turnovers 9 and 6, 9 for the Rangers and 6 for our opponent. Sacks on the season, the Rangers hold that 15 sacks, where the opponent has 3 tonight, the Hinckley-Finlayson.
Yeah, I mean, you look at those numbers right away, you got to expect that Hinckley's going to come out and try to play pretty physical at the line. You see the rushing numbers through 4 games, that's pretty solid, and only giving up 3 sacks, 52 pass attempts on the year so far for Hinckley and only giving up 3 sacks. That's a pretty solid number for them to hang their hat on.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting matchup tonight. We'll see if Coach Searstad, what he decides to do on the rush or pass game. I'm sure he'll make some adjustments as the game goes on.
Yeah, I mean, this team is, as we know, a very athletic team, so they try to get the ball out into open space so that they can utilize their speed. So I expect we'll see that. The trenches are going to be big tonight.
Last game we were at home against GNK Nashua Keewatin. And there were some fairly good passes on the night. Unfortunately, we had some penalties that kind of went against us. But if they can connect on those tonight, that'll be good for the Rangers.
Yep, got to play a clean game. Come down with the ball there, and we'll see what happens.
Well, in some other sport news that we have for you, Tori Orline picked up her 100th win the other day in tennis. So congrats, Tori. Sophie Hansen and Aubrey Babler made the top 10 list of the 5K for the women. Both running a sub-22. Tennis is in action tomorrow in Foley, so go out and support the Rangers there. And then the cross-country home meet is going to be on next Thursday, October 2nd, starting at 3:30.
Yeah, and I guess I'll take the volleyball a little bit. Since I have the mic here, I'll take a minute to talk about volleyball. A tough match today in Pine River. We played actually during their school day for their homecoming. We're coming off a pretty emotional win, beating number 10 Rush City on Tuesday, going into a pretty hostile environment with the Tigers today, losing that one 3-0, but we still got a lot of good momentum going. Coming into next week, we've got 8 games left on our season, and we'll play 6 of them next week. So next week's going to be very pivotal for us. We'll play 2 conference matches against Mora on Tuesday, Ogilvie on Thursday, and then we'll go up to Esco for a tournament next Saturday. Esco's leading our section right now. And then based off how that turns out, we might end up playing Proctor or Greenway, who are both right on our heels in the section. So pretty big matchup, or pretty big week for CI volleyball next week.
And you guys are undefeated in section play and conference play, right?
Yeah. sitting really good in that. That win over Rush City is huge. I think we're sitting 5-0 in the conference, 4-0 in the section. That puts us atop the conference, which is exciting. That was certainly a goal of ours to be in that position. We've got a chance to, it's kind of in our own hands here to win the conference for the first time in 30 years. So that'll be really exciting. And then 4-0 in the section. So we'll hope to keep that rolling once we get into next week.
That's really fun to see. We have 7 minutes, 51 seconds to game time. And you can hear Tom in the background cheering on the Rangers, getting the crowd going.
Yep, we've got the Hall of Fame inductees for our Hall of Fame. This is a really awesome thing. I don't know how long they've been doing it, but I know it's gotten really big in the last few years. We got a lot of support from the community. Doing a big luncheon at the Hudson tomorrow. Pretty excited to recognize folks that have done a lot for this community and for this school.
I know to give back to the Rangers too. The Hudson trailer is out here tonight, the food trailer, and you can come down and support the sports boosters and get a nice meal.
Yeah, the brisket tonight, fantastic way to start the night before coming in here.
First up, Parker Robinson, the 2004
Well, our
graduate.
first inductee is Parker Robinson.
To induct one of the most accomplished athletes in Crosby Ironton track and field history.
One of the most
Parker
accomplished
Robinson.
athletes in track and field history.
Was the Minnesota State high jump champion in both 2003 and 2004. He was ranked #1 high jumper in the state across all classes during both.
He was the #1 high jumper in the state back in, I think it was what did he say, 93, 94?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, wow, that's impressive.
A leap of 6'9".
He jumped a height of 6'9". I don't know if you can hear Tom in the background or not, but 6'9".
State performer Parker made history in 2003 as the first athlete
And
in school history
Parker
to
still
qualify
owns our
for the
school
state
record.
meet in
Okay.
I coach the track team, and I get to look at that record every single day when I coach.
Sure.
In 4 individual events. Parker's career also includes 6 section championships.
Wow, 6
7
section
mid-state
championships.
Conference titles. In addition to his dominance in track and field, Parker was also a key contributor on the basketball court, earning mid-state all-conference honorable mention honors as a senior.
Wow, what a great
Parker
athlete.
was unable to attend tonight, but accepting on his behalf is his dad, Gary Robinson, the #4 highest high jumper in CI history.
He gets to hold that over his dad. Well, awesome. Congratulations, Parker. I know you can't be here tonight, but pretty awesome to welcome you into the Hall of Fame.
Next up, Ken Serbrook, 1960 graduate.
Ken Serbrook, 1960 graduate.
Trailblazer in Crosby Ironton wrestling history. Ken Serbrook.
One of the greatest wrestlers of all Crosby history time here.
As a sophomore in 1958, Ken delivered a perfect season, going undefeated.
Sophomore
at
season
28,
undefeated.
capturing
That's
the
impressive.
Minnesota State Championship at 103 pounds.
Won it at 103 pounds.
Ken was a 2-time state tournament entrant in 1958 and 1960. A 2-time region and district champion, a member of 2 region team championships in 1957 and 1960, and 3 district team championships, 1957, 58, and 1960.
Wow, those are a lot of championships that he has.
That's an impressive resume.
Success. Ken was also a member of the Ranger football team, displaying his athletic versatility and commitment to Crosby Ironton athletics. He went on to have a very successful coaching career at Benson High School in Oregon, including 2 state team championships, 13 individual state champions, and 2 wrestlers who went on to compete in the Olympics. Congratulations, Let's hear it for Ken.
That's pretty awesome, Ken.
Great job, Ken.
Next up, Benny Decent, a 1958 graduate.
Sounds like Betty Decent.
Yep.
We are proud to induct Benny Decent, a true pioneer of Ranger wrestling. In 1958, Benny capped off an undefeated 29-0 season by winning the Minnesota State Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. Alongside teammate and fellow Hall of Famer inductee Ken Serbrook, They made history in 1958 as the first state wrestling champions from northern Minnesota. A two-time
Wow, first state wrestling championships from northern Minnesota? Did I hear that right?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Benny was a two-time region and district champion and a member of the first ever region team championship in 1957 for Crosby Ironton. In addition to his wrestling accomplishments, Benny was a 2-year varsity football player for the Rangers, competing during his sophomore and senior sessions, and he threw the shot put for the track team. He was selected to play in the prestigious Minnesota North-South All-Star football game as a senior, further showcasing his athletic excellence. Benny is not here tonight, but Benny's family is here to accept on his behalf. Thank you, Benny.
Good job, Benny.
Welcome to the Hall of Fame, Benny.
Boy, it's really fun to watch this inductee stuff.
Debbie Marlton Hoffman.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. You know, you hear a lot of these names, you know, whether it's just talking with, you know, people like Clay or you know, his dad Roger, Galley, you know, folks that have been around this community for a long time, even Gindy, you know, you hear these names come up. It's pretty awesome to see them be recognized for their contributions to Ranger athletics.
5 state tournament appearances, including the program's first ever trip to the state in 1992. Her teams continue to excel at the highest level, earning top finishes at state, including 5th place in both 2000 and 2003, 6th place in 2001. Coach Hoffman's squads were 5-time section champions, winning titles in 1992, 1999, 2000, 2001, and 2003. In conference play, her teams were also dominant. Mid-State Conference champions in 2001 and 2002, and Mid-Minnesota Conference champions in 2000, the first such titles in school history. Please welcome Debbie's daughters, Ellie Westman and Marla Hoffman, accepting on her behalf. Congratulations, Coach Hoffman.
Great job, Coach Hoffman.
Next up, Brian Gaffney. We are proud to honor Brian Gaffney.
I think Gaffney retired not too many years after we got here.
Yep, he's still around the community often.
Coach Gaffney led the Rangers to historic milestones, including several state tournament appearances. In 1992, he coached Heather Pappenfuss, the first tennis player in school history to qualify for the state tournament.
That's awesome. So Coach Gaffney coaching tennis from 92 to 2006, getting Heather Pappenfuss to her first state championship, the first one, or state tournament, the first one from CI.
Coach Gaffney's influence extended far beyond the tennis courts. He also dedicated countless hours to coaching across many levels and sports, including elementary boys basketball, junior high boys and girls basketball, junior high baseball, JV softball, JV boys golf and girls golf. Brian Gaffney's legacy is one of commitment, mentorship, and excellence across generations of Crosby Ironton student athletes. Congratulations!
Yeah, Gaffney did a lot here, as I pointed out there. You know, obviously well remembered as a great teacher as well. You know, the last one we missed there, so that was Debbie Marlton Hoffman, girls golf coach from 1987 to 2016, with many accolades in there.
87 Rangerettes.
Last one to be recognized here is going to be the 1987 Rangerettes, the Class B state champions. We got a couple ladies down here, about 7 of them to be honored and recognized from that team.
The 97 Rangerettes, coached by Debbie Vukolich, who started the
Coached by Debbie
program
Vukolich.
in 1981.
Sounds like she started the program in 81, so 6 years later they were able to achieve their first state championship.
By winning the Minnesota Association of Dance Lines Class B state championship. Competing against 14 of the top teams in the state, the Rangerettes delivered an unforgettable performance to the song Hearts of Fire, earning a score of 100.43, edging out Laconia's 100.07. Led by team captain Lisa Cordy, the 1987 Rangerettes exemplified what it means to represent Crosby Ironton with pride, determination, and excellence. And they laid the foundation for decades of success in Ranger dance history.
Well, there's the applause of the crowd to the inductees into the Hall of Fame. We have our band with us tonight for the homecoming. They're going to play nice and loud, and we are on our way to kick off here. We're going to play the national anthem. Here we go.
I guess we're waiting a minute here on the national anthem and taking some pictures down here for the Hall of Fame on the field. But we got the teams both lined up out here. Hinckley on our left as of right now, wearing the white jerseys, black pants with some red trim. Our Rangers on the right in the all maroons with the white trim. Sounds like we'll be getting rolling here pretty shortly. Congratulations to all the Hall of Fame recipients. Again, you know, we talked quite a bit, but really awesome to recognize those, and probably some folks down there that don't get back to the community too often, but I'm sure it's great for them to come back and get recognized for a lot of awesome accomplishments.
11 o'clock at the Taconite Event Center.
So as I just mentioned over the loudspeaker, there will be a social this evening starting at about 8:30 at the TAC to recognize those folks, and then a lunch tomorrow beginning at 11 or 12, I believe. So awesome weekend to continue celebrating Ranger athletics.
Line judge Mark Rademski, linesman Jeff Chihas, deck judge David Liedl. Without their dedication and commitment to our student athletes, we wouldn't be able to play this game. Please join me in showing your appreciation with a round of applause for tonight's officials. At this time, we ask everybody to please rise. If you're able, remove your caps, face the flag.
And here we go. We have our national anthem.
Our national anthem performed by the Ranger Pep Band.
Awesome job by the Ranger Pet Band there. You know, I got to give the band director there, Gabby Van Groothies, just an awesome, recognition. They do such a great job.
Now we have our starting lineups coming for Hinckley-Finlayson.
6'3" senior, number 0, Hayden Holloway.
Starting number 0, Hayden Holloway, a senior.
6'3" junior, number 4, Kellen Von Ruden.
Junior, number 4, Kellen Von Ruden.
6'1" freshman, number 6, Ben Westrom.
Number 6, a freshman, Ben Westrom.
5'10" senior, number 13, Mason Clark.
Number 13, Mason Clark, a senior.
5'9" sophomore, number 33, Julian Alvarez.
A sophomore, number 33, Julian Barbaro.
5'11" senior, number 56, Andre Buchanan.
Number 56, Andre Buchanan, a senior.
5'10" senior, number 57, Jakery Carr.
57, Jakery Carr, senior.
5'11" freshman, number 58, Benton Kick.
5'11",
6'2" junior.
What was that, a
number
senior?
59,
Yep,
Carter
Benton Kick.
Davis.
Carter Davis.
Number 59, junior.
6'2" junior, number 63, Hudson Bork.
Number 63, Hudson Bork, junior.
And 6'4" senior, number 84, Jacob Lyons.
And number 84, Jacob Lyons, junior, another senior.
Todd Visser and Sam Faber, and the rest of the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars.
That is your starting lineup for the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars.
And now for the starting defense for your Crosby Iron.
And starting on
Rangers.
defense tonight will be the Rangers.
Starting with the 6'1" senior, number 1, Jeremy Henson.
Number 1, Jeremy Henson, senior.
6'4" sophomore, number 2, Jacob English.
Number 2, Jacob English, a 10th grader, tight end and defensive
6'4"
end.
senior, number 3, Eldon McLean.
Number 3, Eldon McLean, a senior, wide receiver and defensive back.
6' junior, number 6, Wyatt Holmes.
Number 6, Wyatt Holmes, a junior, QB and DB.
6'1" sophomore, number 8, Deacon Larson.
Number 8, Deacon Larson, a 10th grader, wide receiver
6'3"
linebacker.
senior, number 22, Ethan Millsap.
22, senior Ethan Millsap, wide receiver and DB.
5'8" senior, number 32, J.J. Lang.
Number 32, J.J. Lang, a senior, fullback and linebacker.
5'10" junior, number 40, Ethan Anderson.
That was Ethan Anderson.
5'8" junior, number 44, Caleb Billman.
Starting number 44, Caleb Billman, a junior, running back, linebacker.
5'9" senior, number 55, Gus Vigneri.
Number 55, a senior, Gus Vigneri, offensive line and linebacker.
And a 6'1" senior, number 72, Caden Lukey.
And number 72, Caden Lukey, a senior, offensive lineman and defensive lineman.
Sister coaches Mike Dindor.
Yeah, a lot of seniors on this team, especially as they announce the defense there. Hopefully we can come away with a homecoming win for this group of seniors.
Well, in some other things that Coach Searstead had to say is Thursday's team meal was at Burritos, California, donated by Cuyuna Fire Department. He thanks you for that, Cuyuna Fire Department. Last week's meal was at the Deerwood Legion. Thanks you for cooking and donating the meals for our players. If you'd like to sponsor a 2-slice Tuesday pizza, Thursday's team meal, game day snacks, team meal, please reach out to Coach Searstead or email him. You can find that on the Crosby Ironton website. B. Searstead at ci.k12.mn.us.
Yeah, we're really fortunate. The community does a good job of taking care of us. Pretty awesome to see some folks standing up there to take care of the football players here and get them ready for game day.
I know that's all across all sports. There's a lot of community members that step up for volleyball, cross country, tennis, and boy, it's really fun to see that they're giving back to the community that they might have grown up in.
Yeah, you take a lot of pride in it, right? And being from a smaller town like we are here, It's truly, the saying of it takes a village. So, we're pretty lucky.
Well, here we go. Wiesner is going to kick it off for the night. Rangers are going to start their night on defense.
Rangers going to kick off from left to right here, and boom!
It is off.
Let's go.
It's going to bounce into the end zone, and it looks like it's going to be a touchback to start the game.
Yeah, we'll get an opportunity to see this this group of seniors that we mentioned off in the early lineup to make a defensive stand to start the game here.
I'm sure the first few plays of the formation here will be set plays by the coach. And then after that, we'll see a lot of changing things up, adapting to what they see happening.
Yeah. Once you get kind of in a rhythm of the game, hopefully you can run through a little bit of a script. But obviously you're going to have to make adjustments. So we'll see how that plays out as the game goes on here.
Looks like they're going to go 2 wide receivers down on the bottom with two running backs in the backfield. It's going to be a QB sneak up the middle, gain of about 2.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of that tonight. The quarterback there, I think, is one of the taller that they announced during the lineup. So, we kind of anticipated just based off the stats to see a lot of a rushing attack tonight. So, first one goes up the middle there. The Rangers do a good job getting pressure. They started off with 3 guys in the gaps there, at least showing blitz. So we'll see how that plays out.
2-yard gain. It's now a 2nd and 8, 11:28 to play. It's first quarter. Come on down, watch the Rangers. Last tackle was made by Lupke. Same formation as last time. They're going to throw the ball over to number 84 of the Hinckley-Finlayson. Number 84 is Jacob Lyons, Jr.
Yeah, if he slips a tackle early, then makes a good run there to get just past the first down. That'll be a first down for Hinckley-Finlayson.
Ethan Millsop on the tackle on that one, but not so much after they got their first down. So they got their pickup. It's going to be a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line of Hinckley.
Ball on the left hash here. We'll see if they can, if they're going to try to utilize the right side of the field there, get some speed out wide, or if they're going to continue to stack on the left side here. It looks like they are. They're going to put 2 wide to the left with 2 in the backfield. Heavy formation to the right, though. He's going to drop back to pass again here, going to the sideline near us, and he makes another nice pass there to number 84.
Jacob Lyons.
Yep, Jacob Lyons with 2 receptions here early, about 20 yards, but there's a flag, a late flag. What's that there?
Now we'll see if this is coming back. It does look like it's on Hinckley, possibly. They're pointing both directions, though, the ref is.
He's pointing all over the place.
We're going to wait and see. They haven't moved the chains yet. Looks like Hinckley's moving down towards the ball of their catch, so maybe it's going against the Rangers. And it looks like the chains are on the move.
Yep, I think that was something that actually happened behind the play here. The play was right by us here on the 45, 50-yard line, and that yellow flag's back there on the 35. So that was behind the play. It was a pretty quick pass. So I'm guessing something at the line of scrimmage that we kind of missed there. We'll see how. See what the call is here.
So it looks like it's probably going to be a 1st and 10 for Hinckley-Finlayson on the 47, but we haven't got word yet from the official.
you know, two quick passes there. You know, they had the quarterback sneak to start the game there, and then two passes out here to the wide side, or to the short side to Jacob Lyons Jr., two receptions early here. Yeah, now they're moving the sticks back. So
okay. So we got an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Rangers, and then it looks like probably the other way as well. Okay. Holding on the offense and a personal foul on the defense. Looks like maybe those penalties will offset.
All right, so it looks like we're bringing the ball back then to the, well, we got the sticks on the 31, the official sitting at about the 35, so we'll see where that ends up. Looks like he's going to spot it right there at about the 35-yard line.
that Jacob Lyons, that last pass was over his head a little ways. He has some pretty good vertical to get up and grab that ball. So they're going to have to be cautious of that Jacob Lyons probably for the night. They've gone to him twice now just to start the game.
Yeah, pretty tall guy. He's on the short side of the field closest here to us with Wyatt Holmes lined up across from him right now. We'll see, maybe see that matchup again. They got 2 wide to the right this time. That's the wide side of the field. Ball on the left hash, 2 lined up behind the quarterback.
And it looks like it's going to be a QB sneak. He's going to go off to the far side of the field. He's got a gain of about 6-7 yards at least.
Yep, Jeremy Henson with the tackle there.
Going to be a first down for Hinckley-Finlayson. They're back up to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, Rangers are trying to put the pressure on. You can see it. They're showing blitz from the linebackers each time. You had Ethan Anderson coming up from the linebacker spot in one of the gaps there to rush, but we weren't able to to get home on that one.
That was a new formation that we haven't seen during the game so far. That's the first time they went to that formation. So let's see if they go again. It was a 2 or 3 wide receiver set to the top this time. 1 running back in the backfield and a QB under center.
Yep, we're showing blitz here again.
It's going to be a handoff to number 0 of Hinckley-Finlayson. And
tackled at the line. Really no progress there. The run by Hayden Holloway. Jeremy Henson tackled at the line. Really no progress. Jeremy's a really, really physical kid. He's got multiple tackles already in the game. We see him flying all over the field. So
Jeremy was quick over to that tackle. Boy, if I thought maybe he was going to get to the edge, and then Jeremy was just there.
Yep, yeah, and I mean a nice toss. It looks like they had the edge set, but Jeremy did a nice job.
Okay, it's going to be I formation. 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers down to the bottom, and Jeremy Henson in pursuit of him. Throws it up to number 84, and it looks like it's going to be a catch.
Yep, that's Jacob Lyons again. It looks like almost the same play that they ran that got called back earlier with the offsetting penalties. Another big gain for the Jaguars. Looks like they've got the ball right about the 39-yard line going right to left here. You got 9:02 left in the first quarter, 1st and 10.
Number 6 on the tackle, Wyatt Holmes. He tackled him almost immediately, but not enough to block up the play there to bat the ball away. He was close.
Yeah, I mean, Wyatt was right on him, but as we talked about earlier, 84's got some size to him, so you're going to have to play physical with him. You see, actually, Wyatt's lining up on the line here, probably going to jam him, try to get some presence, put a safety over the top.
Looks like it's going to be a 2 running back set. They're going to hand off to the running back, number 0, and he's going up the field. It's going to be a tackle by Wyatt Holmes after a gain of about 7 yards for Hinckley-Finlayson.
Yeah, that I formation can be tough when you're really using it to hand off the ball to both. At the pro level, typically that fullback is going to be primarily a blocker, but at the high school level, we see this quite often that they're using that fullback as another run option. You got 2 athletic kids in the backfield. So from the defensive perspective, when we talked about getting settled in at the beginning of the game, you're gonna see us make adjustments throughout the game to that type of formation.
That was number 0, Hayden Holloway, on the last carry for Hinckley-Finlayson. I formation again with 2 wide receivers set on the top. And they're going back for a pass. Number 4 is looking to pass. He's chased by a group of Rangers, and it looks like maybe he gets a yard.
Yeah, that's Kellen Von Ruden, the quarterback. Looks like another tall guy. Rolling out to the right there, I think it's probably a little bit of an option play. If he's got somebody open, he's probably going to throw the pass there, but he's done it twice, and he's taken the ball on his own both times.
He was looking downfield. I just don't think he saw what he wanted, and he just kept it.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then good job to the Rangers. They're getting the coverage downfield, but we got to get the pressure, the contain from the edges there to hold him into the pocket because he's rolling out pretty quick.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 3. They're going to set up in the I formation again. 2 wide receivers set down to the bottom for us.
Yep, you got Jacob Lyons at the bottom here.
And it's going to be a handoff going up the middle. And there's a slew of Rangers around him, but not enough. Hinckley-Finlayson is going to get another first down.
The ball carrier.
Another first down, that's really tough when you got those short yardage situations. You got to clog the gaps there. Hinckley's able to push one through for a first down.
First down for Hinckley on the 22-yard line is 7:25 in the play of the first quarter, 0-0.
Yeah, Hinckley's just putting together a pretty methodical drive here. You know, we talked about a lot of the beginning plays probably being scripted, and I think we're seeing that.
Here we go. We got an I formation again with 2 wide receivers set down on the bottom. And they're hiking the ball. It's going to be a pass up to number 84, and they get into the end zone. What a well laid out play by Hinckley-Finlayson.
Yeah, that's number 84, Jacob Lyons. It's looking like we're going to be calling his name a lot tonight. He just runs a streak down the sideline there. He gets past the Crosby defender and the safety is just a step too late. I mean, that's number 22, Ethan Millsap, was coming over from over the top there to help out, and he's just a step behind.
And Hinckley-Finlayson, this is a little bit uncommon in high school football. You don't see a field goal too often. And there's a flag on the play.
Julian Alvarez will attempt the extra point.
Looks like that one's on the Rangers. They'll should be half the distance to the goal.
Rangers double team Lions on the last play, and they were able to thread it right through them, but they did have coverage fairly close to them. So they're going to try this field goal again. Number 33 is going to be kicking for Hinckley-Finlayson.
Good snap, good kick, and it's through. The Jaguars lead 7-0.
Number 33, that was Julian Barbero. He's a 10th grader. 7:03 remains in the first quarter. It is 7-0 Hinckley-Finlayson. The Rangers will get their first offensive possession here in just a little bit. We're going to take a slight break here. We're going to do a little bit of advertisement.
As a proud sponsor of Crosby Ironton Rangers, KK Advertising knows that every great team needs a solid foundation. The same goes for your business. KK Advertising provides advertising and marketing services across Minnesota, helping businesses like yours stand out from the crowd. Learn more at kkadvertising.com and go Rangers!
And we are back. We're back. The Rangers are taking the field here. They're going to kick off from right to left. Hinckley-Finlayson's going to kick from the right-hand side to our left. Hinckley-Finlayson, like we said, is in the white tonight with the Rangers in the classic maroon.
Rangers lined up to our left here. We got Braylon Cannell, number 0, and number 1, Jeremy Henson, back to receive. You got Eldon McLean as well to the left here. Really good kick here.
And it's going to bounce out of the end zone. It is going to be a touchback.
That was pretty impressive.
And number 33 with just a booming kick. He kicked the field goal earlier. That's that Julian Barbero.
All right, well, we'll see what the Rangers offense has in store for us tonight. You'll have Kian Wesner starting off at quarterback for us.
Rangers are going to start on the 20-yard line. And here they go. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Rangers, 20-yard line. And they're in the huddle. Here they come out. They're going to come off with a 2 wide receiver set, one off to the top of us and one off to the bottom. They got 2 running backs off to each side. Wiesner in the shotgun.
Looks like Billman and J.J. Lang in the backfield with Keane.
It's going to be a handoff to Billman. Billman breaks a tackle. And it looks like he probably gets a gain of about 8.
Yeah, really good run to start the game there. You've got number 72, Caden Lukey, had his guy about 10 yards downfield. He was way past the runner, just pushing his guy downfield. That was really good up front for the Rangers.
Hayden Holloway with the tackle for Hinckley-Finlayson. Rangers coming out of their huddle. They're going to be in the shotgun. No, they're going to be in the I formation. They got 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 wide receiver set. Wiesner's going to hand off to Billman again. Billman's going to run off to the top side of the field, and he's going to gain a good 10 yards on that second down.
Yeah, it looks like he has about a 12-yard gain there. Really nice job. He gets to the outside and is able to cut it up a little bit for a nice game.
Some great blocking on the Rangers to start the game. There was probably 3 good blocks on that play.
Yeah, you had Eldon McLean out there on the outside at wide receiver. Does a nice job of setting that edge for Caleb to get around.
So here we go. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Rangers. They're going to be at the 41-yard line. 41-yard line. Rangers are coming out. It's going to be a 2 wide receiver set, one off to the top and the bottom. They're going to go in the I formation with 2 running back set. Wiesner hikes. He's going to give it off to...
Looks like J.J. Lang right up the middle.
Lang right up the middle, and boy, he just plows his way forward for about 12 yards.
Yep, and that's just like we were talking about when the Jaguars had the ball. When you have that formation, you got J.J. a little bit offset to the quarterback. He fakes the pitch to the right side to Caleb Billman. He hands it right off to J.J. Lang, and just like the first 2 plays of the game, the offensive line gets a really good push, puts a big hole in the line, and gives JJ room to run.
You could see how they fooled Hinckley on that play when they faked over to the one side and then they ran right up the middle. There was about 3 players that went off to that side. Here we go. It's going to be a handoff to Jeremy Hansen, and he's going to go up the close side of the field. He's going to gain about 10 yards, step out of bounds.
Another good run and another big block. We got Eldon McLean. We're on the close side of the field now. Eldon's on the side closest to us. He had his guy laying on his back when Jeremy came to the corner there to cut it up for another Rangers first down.
The Rangers are playing a lot of good team ball right now. Here they come out of their huddle. They're coming out a little bit faster than they did the last time. It's going to be the I formation with a 2 running back set and 2 wide receivers top and bottom.
You got Braylon Cannell at the bottom here, Eldon McLean at the top, Jeremy in the backfield. Toss to Jeremy to the left. He's going to cut it back. Oh, and it looks like he just 1 half step too late. JJ was out there trying to make the block. That's going to be a tackle by
Jacob
84.
Lyons. But he's been all over the field tonight so far.
Yeah, it looks like he's lining up at defensive end there for the Jaguars. Rangers are lining up here for 2nd and 12 on the 35-yard line. We got 5:32 and counting to go in the first quarter.
Billman now checks into the game, and JJ also in the backfield. It's going to be number 3, Eldon McLean up on the top, and Jeremy Hansen down on the bottom for wide receivers. They're in the I formation. 5:16 left in the first quarter. It is 7-0 Hinckley-Finlayson right now. It's going to be a handoff to Billman. Billman makes it, breaks 1 tackle and then gets swallowed by some Hinckley-Finlayson.
Yeah, that's number 58, Benton Kick. Freshman makes a really nice tackle in the backfield there. Rangers are going to line it up at about 3rd and 14 here. Ball is on the 36-yard line.
So a loss on the play for the Rangers. I wonder if they'll be going for a pass that we've seen. I saw a really good passing play last week, and I'm sure they're going to have something drawn up. They bring in Braylon Cannell.
Looks like Eldon's coming off the field here. Braylon's going to line up on the
close side of the field.
Yep, wide side of the field, closest to the box here. You got Jeremy on the far side and JJ lining up in the slot. Kean's going to be in shotgun with Caleb along with him.
And here comes the hike, and Rangers are looking to pass.
He's got number 2 wide open there.
Oh, and they
Great
got
pass.
him.
He found him. Yep, that's number 2, Jacob English. Jacob did a really nice job there, just right on the hash marks. He found that open spot, and he just sat in that spot. Really good job. He had defenders all around him, but he found the open area. Kean did a nice job of rolling out to the right there and finding Jacob for a first down.
Looked like Hinckley was kind of playing zone, and he just kind of sat into that good area of where that soft spot of the zone was, and they were able to pass it right to him.
Yeah,
good
really
job on Wiesner looking downfield too.
Yep, really good job to find the wide open guy. Rangers 1st and 10 here at the 12-yard line, 3:58 and counting here in the first quarter. We got 2 guys to the wide side of the field, wide receivers. Kean is in shotgun with Caleb and JJ lined up on both sides.
And here comes the hike. Wiesner is looking downfield to pass. He's scrambling out to the right-hand side, and he just steps out of bounds and just comes back up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he gets anything there. We got a flag in the backfield as well here, so we'll see what that is. Usually that's going to be a sign for holding.
It looks like they're pointing our way, and it is going to be a hold against the Rangers. So it is going to come back. It's going to be a replay of the first down. They are going to accept the penalty. It's going to be a first, and I think it's 20, right? It would be a 10-yard penalty.
Yep, so Rangers are going to have the ball here on right about the 22.
Yeah, it's going to be a first and 20 for the Rangers. They come out of their huddle. They're going to go into the I formation. It's going to be Jeremy Henson and Braylon Kennel down on the bottom part for wide receivers, JJ and Billman in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Billman's going to run right up the middle of the field. He gets tackled after a gain of about 2.
Yeah, Jacob Lyons in there again, coming from the end, as well as number 4, Kellen Van Ruden. You know, it's pretty normal for these small towns. You know, you got to have guys that can play both sides of the ball, and the quarterback and wide receiver that scored on the first drive for the Jaguars, they're making an impact early here on defense.
We see that for the Rangers, too. Many players that play both sides of the ball in high school.
Yep, a lot of our guys, you know, and it goes back to what we talked about earlier, lots of athleticism, so you got to take advantage. Lining up here with a 2 wide receiver set, one on each side, Jeremy Henson and Eldon McLean will be under the center here with Caleb and JJ under center. Caleb goes out to the left with a toss there, but he is not able to get any progress. Jacob Lyons there again, in addition to a couple other Jaguars.
Loss of a yard on the play. It's going to be a 3rd and about 21.
Loss of 1 on the play. 3rd and 19 at the Jaguar 21-yard line.
You know, all the way up into the red zone here, we were able to get a really good push at the line of scrimmage. We had quite a few runs there in the 7 to 12-yard range, and we're just not able to get that same push here in the red zone here. So we'll see what they draw up at 3rd and 19 from the 21-yard line, 2:11 and counting on the clock.
Looks like shotgun formation for the Rangers is going to be Eldon McLean and Jeremy Hansen off for wide receivers. And they're going to sneak number 2 off the edge. Oh, and he almost gets the touchdown. That is number 2, Jacob English, has been making an impact so far tonight. Went right into his hands, and then he just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, I mean, he had Jaguars flanked on both sides of him, but he had a step on him. Kean put a really nice ball on him. Just couldn't pull it in. It looks like he's a little shaken up on this play. He's got his helmet off, but our trainer, Isaac Holter, is out there to check on him. I'll give a shout out to Isaac. Isaac's new, to us this year, but he's just been fantastic. He's checking in with the kids every day. Very thorough with his communication with the coaches, doing a really good job of managing, some of the injuries our athletes have. On the volleyball team, we've been bitten by the injury bug a little bit, and Isaac's been great with them. So thanks for being here, Isaac.
Yeah, we have 2 on the cross-country side, and boy, he is just a blessing in disguise to have back. It's good to have an athletic trainer back in the building.
Yeah, we're lucky to have him. He's done a great job so far. All right, your Rangers are going to come back out here. I mean, they're kind of in a tough spot here. This isn't a team that kicks much for field goals. This would be like a 37-yard field goal, so that's probably out of the options, but you're at 4th and 19 from the 21. You got a 3-receiver set. Kean is in shotgun with 2 running backs flanked on each side, so we'll see what we got drawn up here. He takes the snap and he's scrambling around now. It's a 3-man rush. He's got a little bit of time. He's running all around. It looks a little bit of backyard school ball. He throws it and he finds a guy wide open in the end zone. Braylon Cannell finds a pocket on the far side of the field, right at the goal line. Kean throws a dot. Touchdown Rangers.
Great job by Kean, just scrambling around trying to make a play. There was a Hinckley-Finlayson person on him, and he made a good move. And then he just kept his eyes downfield and threw it right into the end zone for Braylon Cannell.
Yeah, he rolled out to his left there, had a little bit of time, checked downfield, but did a really nice job. I think it's pretty easy for these younger, these football players to kind of get caught in that moment. He did a really nice job of taking a peek back. He saw that they had a guy coming at him, makes another move, and then throws that ball to Braylon right on the corner, front corner of the end zone. Really nice job.
Rangers are going to go for 2. That's what they've been doing most of the year here. I don't know if they've kicked a field goal yet this year, so they're going to be going for 2. It's going to be a 3 wide receiver set with Billman in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Wiesner takes the hike, Quick pass over to Jeremy Hansen, and he gets swallowed by number 17 of Hinckley-Finlayson.
Yeah, that's Tecumseh Farlander. Really nice play. Pretty classic screen pass there. You have a 2 wide receiver set to the far side. They're stacked. One drops, takes that screen pass, and you got a blocker right there ahead of you, and you got to make one guy miss. The corner over there for the Jaguars did a really nice job shedding that block and getting Jeremy down. It's a good throw, good opportunity. That might be a play that we see him come back to at some point. Like we said earlier, Jeremy's a really athletic, physical kid. So, good play by the Jaguars to break that one
play.
out.
They just didn't get the block they needed on that one.
Nope.
So it's 7-6. It's Hinckley-Finlayson in the lead. It's 1:47 remaining in the first quarter. If you're listening to RangersLive.net, we thank you for doing so. And it's a beautiful night for football. There's a lot of game left. Come on, drive on down and stop on in and watch the Rangers play some football tonight.
Yeah, really great. Really good football so far. Only a minute 47 left on the clock, so both teams really had put together good drives. The Rangers had a really nice 4th down conversion there to score, but I'll be interested to see how the rest of this plays out. During the pregame, we talked about some of the rushing and passing stats, and I think it was mostly the rushing game for the Rangers, and it was the passing game for the Jaguars.
And Wiesner kicks off. He kicks off to about the 35-yard line. It was what they would call a squid kick, and then he just picked it up. The player on the field ran it up about 5 yards and stepped out of bounds.
Yep, so Jaguars are going to take over on the 44-yard line, on their own 44-yard line, 1st and down, 1st and 10.
We'll see if they lean heavily on this Jacob Lyons again. They did so on the last possession. So here they come. They're coming out of their formation here, out of their huddle. It's going to be an I formation for the Jaguars. The 2 wide receivers set down on the bottom, Lyons being one of them. Rangers showing blitz. Rangers felt like they had him going. And
really nice tackle there.
Wow, what a great play. That's number 43.
Yep, Christian Anderson, great play there. Now, we talked about Lions down here, so they got the ball right now about the 46-yard line. Lions has been lining up on our side of the field, closest to the press box. That time he had Eldon McLean lined up and then Ethan Millsop over the top.
About a gain of 1.5 yards on the play. It's going to be a 2nd down and 8 is what the clock shows. So here we go. It's going to be a single running back in the backfield with 3 wide receivers set in the top. Rangers showing blitz, and they do, and they come right after him. They had a hand on him. They're chasing after him, and they trip him up. It looks like he might get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was number 8, Deacon Larson. Just bursts through the line like a cannon. Does a really nice job getting the quarterback off of his read. He has to scramble out to the right, and the Rangers do a good job of coming together for a tackle there for a 3rd and 9. Loss of 1 yard, ball in the 45 would be a great stop here for the Rangers.
It's going to be a 3rd and 9 for the Jaguars on the 45-yard line of Hinckley-Finlayson. 22 seconds remains in the first quarter. I wonder if they'll run out the clock here. Nope, they're going to come out. They're going to run a play.
Yeah, the big thing here is to make sure, if they try going on a hard count here, got to stay disciplined at the line. Don't give up any free yards.
And they do hike the ball. They're going back to looking to pass number 4. And number 3 has a jump on the ball. Oh, and that's Eldon McLean. He had it in his hands. And boy, did he run a very good coverage there. He almost intercepted the ball, and the quarter's going to come to a close.
Yeah, Eldon.
4th and 9 it's going to be.
Yeah, Eldon with really great coverage there. It almost in some ways looked like Eldon was the one running the route. He had a step on Lyons. That ball was just sailed, and Ethan was doing a good job too at the safety position coming over. It looks like number 4, the quarterback, he threw that ball probably 30 yards. Kellen Von Ruden took a shot on that one as well. We'll see what happens here on 4th and 9. You'd have to imagine that the Jaguars are going to punt this one away.
I wonder if Searstead made a little bit of adjustment there because Eldon was now on Lions, and it was Wyatt Holmes to start the game. Yep. And that height differential might be the difference what Searstead's looking for.
Yep, it could be. And I think Eldon's a really quick kid. Obviously, as a senior, he's got a little bit more experience. Really nice play there. He almost came down with that interception, but this might be one of those plays where you look back at it and you'd rather have the punt, possibly, depending on how this plays out, because that was a pretty far ball. Eldon would have taken that ball down about the 20, maybe the 15 even if he would have caught that. We'll see what the punt looks like from the Jaguars.
And they're still, the Rangers still bringing their safety over, so they're very cautious of Lyons and the weapon that he is for the Jaguars. So it's going to be a 4th and 9 for the Jaguars. It's going to be the second quarter. It's 7-6 Hinckley-Finlayson, and we'll see what they choose to do. Rangers are thinking punt. Jeremy Henson back to receive the kick. And we're going to take a brief timeout for advertisement.
Auto Smith Service Group, Crosby Ironton Sports Boosters, CI Transportation, Canna Wine Bar, Crosby Ironton Courier, Cuyuna Country Auto Center Incorporated, Cuyuna Lakes Parts City, Cuyuna Regional Medical Center.
All right, we're back here. Starting the second quarter, the punt is off from number 4. Who else? Kellen Von Ruden. The catch was made by Jeremy Henson at the 20-yard line. He breaks one tackle. He's cutting down to the far close side here.
And he makes a good move.
Really, really nice return. About a 30-yard return for number 1, Jeremy Henson. Rangers will get the ball right at the 50-yard line, going from right to left on your radio dial.
Brings it back to the 48-yard line. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Rangers, and they're going to spot the ball at the 50. So they're going to spot it at the 50. 7-6 Hinckley-Finlayson right now. Start of the second quarter just underway.
On the 50-yard line.
Jeremy Henson and Eldon McLean are going to line up on the short side of the field at wide receiver here. Back to the I formation. You got a lot of space on the far side of the field there. JJ lines up right behind Kean, and Caleb Billman in the backfield is going to take the snap, and number 69 from Hinckley kind of blows that one up right from the snap.
Oh, and there is a flag on the play. I think it was a late tackle. Billman shooken up a little bit on the play. It looks like he's all right. Looks like it might be an unsportsmanlike conduct on Hinckley-Finlayson.
Yeah, Hinckley's backing up already, and they had that one blown up in the backfield.
So the refs blew the whistle, and then they just kept bringing Billman back and then made a late tackle on the play. So that's the reason for the personal foul.
Against the Jaguars. 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty is going to bring the Rangers 15 yards down. It's going to be on the 35-yard line. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 on the Hinckley-Finlayson 35.
1st and 10 Rangers on the Jaguar 35-yard line.
It's going to be an 11:37 adjustment on the clock. And here we go. Rangers are ready and set. They're going to run with a 2 wide receiver set down on the bottom, same as before. They're going to go back in the shotgun formation this time with 2 running backs in the backfield.
JJ lined up to the left, Caleb to the right.
Oh,
that's
and
a high snap. Kean's going back to get it.
Kean's looking for it. He's got it. And
he is able to get it, but that's number 4, Callan Von Ruden again, making a big play.
That's a 20-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, that's back to the Rangers' 45-yard line. That's going to be a tall task at this point. That's a 2nd and 30 off of that snap.
2nd and 30. They're going to have to make a few yards back on this play. Now, they can still go a run play on this one, knowing that they have their 3rd down and possibly 4th down in their pocket. But most likely, they're going to go pass.
Yeah, you would think so. Another one of those passes, They've had the open receivers. They had a really nice play down the seam to Jacob English. He's lining up at the tight end position at the top of the formation. Eldon McLean at the top on the wide side of the field. Jeremy on the short side of the field here.
Hinckley-Finlayson playing really deep on him. I wonder if they'll go a quick pass. And here they go. Rangers are actually going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball to Billman. Billman's going to get to the outside. Billman breaks one tackle. He breaks another. And he gains about 8 yards on the play.
Yeah, Jacob English, number 2, did a really good job. We'd mentioned him lined up at the tight end position, did a really good job sealing, and then JJ actually came through and laid a nice hit on the Jaguar that gave Billman the opportunity to get to the outside there for a little gain there, 8 yards. You still got a 3rd and 22 here. Ball on the Jaguars 47.
If the Rangers gain some yardage back on this one, I would think that Coach Searstead would contemplate going for it. So Rangers are taking a timeout, it looks like.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with I think you're probably going to need about 10 to 12. I think if you can get to 4th and 9 to 4th and 11, you might be comfortable going for it, especially with the way the defense stood up on the last drive. Really nice defensive stand. Maybe you build some confidence with the defense and take an opportunity to go put some more points on the board. But you're going to have to get a gain here on 3rd down.
So here we go. We're going to step away for a brief advertisement.
The Deer Stand Restaurant and Bar are proud supporters of the CI Rangers and the CI Sports Boosters. They are open 7 days a week at 11 a.m. with a full menu, soup, and salad bar. The Deer Stand has meat raffles on Thursday at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 2 p.m. If you're looking to find their lunch or dinner specials, check out their Facebook page. The Deer Stand Restaurant and Bar. Hope to see you soon.
And here we go. The Rangers take the field. It's going to be a wide receiver down on the bottom, Eldon McLean. Jeremy Henson is going to go to the top side of the hash marks. And it's going to be an I formation with 2 running backs set.
Yeah, another really deep defensive from the safeties on the Jaguars. They're going to toss the ball to the right to Caleb Billman. He's making some tackles. He's actually coming all the way back to the close side of the field. He's not able to get too much, though, about 5-yard gain for the Rangers. You'd have to imagine they line up to punt this one.
4th down, Rangers.
It's going to be a 4th and about 17. 4th and about 17 for the Rangers. It looks like the offense is staying on the field. $9:55 to go in the second quarter. Hinckley-Finlayson up 7-6. Both have had equal possessions in the game, both having 2 at this moment.
It'll be interesting to see what they draw up here. Hinckley's got the 3 deep safeties. Well, really 1 deep safety and then 2 really deep wide corners, obviously giving the space to the Rangers with 16 yards to gain. You got 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. He snaps the ball in shotgun. Keehan's looking left for Jeremy Henson.
And he throws it up.
A deep ball. Jeremy's got an opportunity.
And he
comes down with a beautiful catch right at the 3-yard line. Great pass from Keehan. 1st down, Rangers.
2 yards. Jeremy Henson is fired up. The crowd is going wild. That was an amazing play by Wiesner. Just left it up in the air, and Jeremy Henson, with the speed he has, just blew past the defensive back.
Yeah, he had a step on the Jaguar. Keehan threw a really nice ball. Your Rangers are going to line up on the 3-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal with 9:18 left to go here in the second quarter. Looking for the Rangers to pound it in here.
What a well-drawn-out play by CI coaching staff. Here we go. It's going to be a 1st and 10. It's actually going to be a 1st and goal for the Rangers on the 3-yard line. 9:02 to go in the second quarter. Rangers are going to line up in the I formation with a 2 wide receiver set. Number 40 is going to be off to the high side.
That's Ethan Anderson. You got Jeremy again here to the bottom side.
And they're going to hand off to Billman. Billman is going to break 1 tackle, but not enough, as there are about 5 Hinckley-Finlayson white jerseys in the area.
Yeah, I can see Kellen and Jacob Lyons in there again. Those are 2 names that we're clearly going to call all night, but another 3 in there. Not able to get a much push from the Rangers at the line of scrimmage there. They're going to have to find ways to get the ball to the wide side of the field. Not having a lot of success between the tackles.
They have been working their way out wide, and that's been working for the Rangers. It seems like if they can get out to the edge, they seem to gain at least 5 yards at every play.
Yep, and that goes back to having that speed and athleticism. You know, maybe not a lot of success in the middle of the field, but if we get the ball wide. We got Eldon here at the bottom side of the field. Ethan lined up at the top there. You got 2 running backs lined up behind Keehan as he takes a snap under center.
JJ and Billman, and it's going to be a pass over to Eldon McLean and right into the end zone again. Eldon McLean with the catch. It's going to be Rangers with the touchdown.
Yeah, it's another great play from the Rangers. You got 2 running backs lined up. The same formation we've seen a lot of the night, and he fakes the handoff through the center, and most of the Jaguars bite on it. Eldon on the bottom side of the field here from the 3-yard line does about a 5-yard route and then cuts to the corner of the end zone. Keehan throws a really nice ball. Great play by the Rangers as they lead now 12-7 with 7:49 left in the second quarter.
You might have been able to hear some sirens in the background. That was our CRMC ambulance off to the side for that touchdown. Here we go. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion, trying to make it 14. It's going to be a shotgun formation. JJ off to the left, Billman to the right. They're going to pass. Rangers are scrambling. Wiesner off. He's looking downfield. He keeps his eyes downfield, and it looks like it's going to be a catch by...
I think that's number 22, Ethan Millsop. He did a really nice job. He was lined up all the way on the bottom side of the field here, wide out, and does a run. You know, he sticks with his route the whole time, all the way through the back of the end zone. Kean does a nice job of rolling out right and finding him in the back of the end zone. Your Rangers lead 14-7.
Looks like Wiesner probably looked through about 3 wide receivers on that play.
Yeah, he got through his progressions and found Ethan coming from the backside there. Found him in the backside of the end zone for that 2-point conversion. You know, I'd like to point out the end zones with the awesome Rangers to our left and Go CI Go written to the right, and then the big Rangers logo at center field here tonight. You know, they don't do that for every game, so it's pretty cool. For homecoming, they're able to do that. You know, it's kind of funny. My classroom's right up over here, looking out over the field, so you always see the fancy little robot that our facilities have. They put the robot out here and it goes to work and does all the lines here, and it's pretty cool to see what the technology is able to do.
Yeah, and you can also see the fire department all suited up. The halftime there, they light up the CI. And boy, that's something fun that they do for homecoming as well. So here we go. The Rangers are going to kick off from right to left. It's going to be Wiesner kicking off. And Wiesner does the same exact thing. He's going to kick it down
to this one's going to get a bit further this time, down to the 15-yard line. Couple good blocks there, but he's only able to get back to the 26. Runs into a wall of Rangers waiting for him.
One of the Rangers there, Andrew Taylor.
Yeah, so the Rangers will look to make a similar stop here that they did on their last drive. You know, Rangers a nice job scoring on both of their drives so far. Jaguars are 1 for 2. You know, I've been impressed with both teams offensively so far. You know, we've got 7:37 here remaining in the second quarter, and we've only had 4 drives so far. So they're sustaining drives for the most part. Good on the Rangers to slow down and stop them on their last drive. Jaguars will line up here with 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers to the far side. He snaps the ball, he fakes and he goes to that same route to Jacob Lyons on the far side of the field. He kind of runs
overthrows him.
Yeah, he kind of runs about a 15-yard post there, the post out to the sideline. He overthrows Jacob Lyons on that one. I think Jacob had the separation there, but he's not able to make the pass. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line.
2nd and 10, 7:30 to go in the second quarter. The ball is on the 27 of Hinckley-Finlayson. It's going to be a 2nd and 10, and here we go. Boy, in that last play, you could see the coverage. There was 2 Rangers on him. They've been keeping 2 Rangers on that Lions all night.
Yep, they're going to line up in a similar formation now, but they're actually going to have 3 out wide there. You wonder if they're going to try one of those screen passes we saw earlier, and there it is. Straight to number 84, but I think that's Eldon right there, right at the line of scrimmage, just holding their block, pushing their block right into Lyons, who catches that screen pass right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, and there's a flag on the play.
2 flags on the play.
2 flags on the play. We'll see if this one might be coming back or if it's going to be offset penalties.
Yeah, the Rangers make a really nice play. I kind of felt like Tony Romo on that one. You see the formation, and I called that one, so I'm going to pat myself on the back for that. But the Rangers did a great job of just blowing that up. Lyons wasn't able to make any move. As soon as he caught that ball, there was Rangers on him, and we'll see what this penalty turns out to be.
That's probably all your years playing Madden football.
Yeah, you know, my wife would tell you it's the 7 nights a week that I watch football. Do love me some Madden, though. Some of the NCAA games, loved playing those as we grew up.
It is going to be a holding on Hinckley-Finlayson, and then it is going to be a personal foul on the Rangers. Those 2 penalties should offset.
Holding on the Jaguars, personal foul on the Rangers, 5 yards.
It's a 5-yard difference between that. 10 yards for the hold, 15 for the personal foul. So it's going to be a 2nd and about 5 for Hinckley-Finlayson.
Yeah, Hinckley's going to line up here on the far hash of the field. We'll see what formation they come out with. Officials picking his laundry up there.
based on Hinckley's stats earlier in the game, you and I went through them, and it looked like a lot of running attack, but they've been going through the air probably about equally so far tonight.
Yeah, the Rangers have done a good job of getting enough pressure at the line of scrimmage. We've talked about it a lot. Most of the time, these linebackers are filling those gaps, so the Jaguars are probably trying to force some plays. They hand this one off from the left side of the field to number 13 there. He gets a gain about 4 or 5. He's going to be right at the sticks.
That's Mason Clark, a senior.
Looks like he's going to be just short, maybe a foot short of the line to gain there. 3rd and 1 with 6:43 and counting to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I wonder if the challenge flag will get thrown or not.
Yeah.
Not in high school football,
Call
folks.
up to the booth here. We'll tell you it's short.
Yeah. All right, here we go. It's the I formation for Hinckley-Finlayson. And they're going to go on a QB sneak up the middle, and they're going to gain their yard.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a tush push there. I don't know if we're going to get rid of that like the NFL. Nice rush there. That's the second time. That's pretty similar to the play they started with. Kellen Von Ruden, incredibly athletic kid from what we've seen here tonight, just takes that ball to the left of his center and dives for about a yard, which is all they needed.
1st and 10, Hinckley-Finlayson from the 40-yard line of their own. It's going to be 6:04 remaining in the second quarter. It's 14-7 Rangers. Hinckley-Finlayson comes out of the huddle. They're going to be in the I formation. It's a 2 wide receiver set to the top and 2 running backs in the backfield. And they're going to hand off. They're going to run up the gap for about 9 or 10 yards. It's number 13 again. I think that's Clark.
Yeah, you got Jeremy Henson there on the tackle along with number 6, Wyatt Holmes, getting him, he's able to get into the second level there, and a couple nice tackles there right at the line of gain, but a first down right on the 50 for the Jaguars.
1st and 10 Jaguars, 5:30 clock ticks. Hinckley-Finlayson coming out of their huddle. They're going to go with a 2 wide receiver in the top part of the field with it's going to be a 3 wide receiver top of field, 1 running back. They're going to go back looking to pass, and he's going to pass. It's going to be to number 84. Wow, what a catch by
Jacob Lyons, number 84 again, right in the middle of the field. I mean, if he doesn't catch that ball, and he kind of was off balance and he threw his hands up, but again, a tall kid able to come down with that ball. If he doesn't, we've got 3 Rangers that are sitting right there ready for that pass, but he does a nice job to come in and take it.
Boy, I think that would have been an interception if he wasn't able to get that.
Yeah,
Ethan right behind him.
Ethan was right there ready for that ball, just a step behind him, and Ethan is playing in the high safety position over the top. Be 2nd and 3 here. Looks like a timeout on the field for Hinckley. 4:38 remaining. Your Rangers lead 14-7. Ball on the 43-yard line.
And we will take a brief timeout as well.
The fun doesn't end at the final whistle. It just moves to the Spalding House in Crosby. Plenty of games off the field to keep the competition alive. Fuel up with pizza. Or get your snack fix with cheese bread, chips, and cookies. Saturday's the meat raffle. Sunday's bingo. Both backing the Crosby Fire Department. And if you stay late enough, legend says you'll still hear that old high school gymnasium buzzer calling game over. Spalding House, Crosby's home field since 1910.
All right, we're lining back up out here. Looks like Hinckley's just finishing up their timeout. Take a minute to give a shout out to my wife, Anna. Apparently she's watching because she messaged me and said it is 7 nights a week that I watch football. But sounds like the family's back home watching. So Beckham and Kaysen, hi boys. Hope you guys are enjoying listening to the game, but you guys should probably get to bed pretty soon here.
Yeah, here we go. It's Friday Night Lights. The lights have turned on at the Rangers Stadium, John Davies Field here. It is the second quarter. 4:38 remains in the ball game. Hinckley-Finlayson. It's going to be a 2nd and 3. I formation.
So they're going to hand the ball off right to the middle. It's a number. Gets a nice cut out to the left side of their field. They're able to get some space and bring the ball all the way up to the Rangers 29. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Jaguars.
Hinckley had some good blocks, creating a good hole for him to run through. And then he ran off to the top side of the field and got a little bit of space.
Yeah, and once we caught up with him, I think he drugged the Rangers a couple. They're going to go hurry up here. They got 2 wide receivers to the bottom here. The quarterback's going to be under center with 2 running backs. He's going to take the snap. We got a flag here early. Number 4 is going to throw it
Pass
deep
is
into
going
the end
up.
zone to number 6 of the Jaguars, but that's overthrown to the out of bounds in the end zone.
That was Ben Westrom that he was trying for. That was well overthrown.
Yeah, that might be one of the first passes we've seen not to Jacob Lyons here tonight.
I wonder if he just did not like it and he just, threw the ball out of the end zone.
Yeah, he could have been just getting rid of it there for sure.
Penalty against the Rangers.
Oh, it's going to be against the Rangers. It's too many men on the field. We had 12 men on the field on that play. That's why they went to that hurry up probably.
First down, 1st and 5.
So it's going to be a 1st and 5 for Hinckley-Finlayson. Boy, what a smart play by Hinckley hurrying up.
Yeah, really nice job. I mean, you can't, you don't have the time for the substitutions with the hurry-up offense there, so Hinckley's going to get the ball here on the 32, 1st and 5 with 4:11 to go. The clock is stopped right now.
That reminds me of Aaron Rodgers doing that when I used to watch pro football.
Yep.
All right, here we go. I formation. We have 2 wide receivers set off to the top. And it's going to be a handoff again. And
The ball is out. The ball is out.
Came out of the...
That should be Rangers' ball. It was number 40 who blew that play up in the backfield. Really nice job by Ethan Anderson to make a play. Looks like they might be calling the play dead.
They're saying he's down.
That was they're calling forward progress down. I mean, it was by a quarter of a second, and you could hear the whistle in there right about the same time the ball was popped loose. Really nice play, Ethan. Let's go out and make it again. It's going to be 2nd and 5 here. Jaguars are going to line up in a similar formation, 2 wide receivers to the short side of the field. On the far side, you got 2 running backs behind the running back.
Rangers showing blitz, and I think they got him to go. It's going to be a full start on Hinckley-Finlayson, 5-yard penalty.
There we go.
Rangers needed that. It's going to back them up 5 yards. It's now going to be a 2nd and about 10 yards.
Yeah, really nice job. I mean, they just ran that play through the center. We blew that up, and so you continue to show that pressure between the defensive tackles and the defensive ends. You're filling those gaps, and you get a little bit too much on your toes for the Jaguars there because they're anticipating the Ranger linebackers coming through those gaps and blowing up the play like they did on the last one. Nice job to the Rangers. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Jaguars.
Is what worked for him there is the Rangers were showing blitz a couple times earlier in the game, and that one was just to fool them and get them to jump.
He jumps again.
Yep, there he went. So it's number 67 that jumped that time. Number 67 is Gabriel Griffin. It's going to be another 5-yard penalty on Hinckley-Finlayson, backing him up another 5 yards. It's going to be a 2nd and 14. 2nd down and 14. 3:26 remains in the half. It is 14-7 Rangers.
Yeah, continue to put pressure here on the offensive line, making plays. Similar formation with 2 wide receivers set up to the close side of the field here. Number 4 rolls out, passes too low there. Incomplete pass attempt there to number 33, Julian Barbero. Coverage by Jeremy Henson. He was right there on it. It'll be 3rd and 14 from the Rangers 36, 3:08 left here in the 2nd quarter.
So the Rangers were running man-to-man because Jeremy came over with the guy that kind of did a little bit of a pick play on him.
Yep.
And Jeremy came over very well on the coverage there, but they do have him set up against a certain player.
Yep.
So it looks like the Rangers here, it's going to be a 3rd and 14 for Hinckley-Finlayson. Rangers have Jeremy Henson and Wyatt Holmes down on the bottom here in coverage.
Yep, you got Eldon on the far side coming across here. Another rollout to the right, trying for another deep pass, but he's just not close. Lots of pressure on the quarterback there. He's hit by number 44. I think that's JJ as he throws it. That ball goes sailing out of bounds, and it'll be 4th and 14 here. Jaguars not able, after the few penalties there, really to get any momentum going. Rangers do a good job of blowing up a couple of the run plays there. We'll see what the Jaguars decide to do here, if they're going to go for, turn the field here for field position, or if they're going to try to go for it with 4th and 14. You got 3:01 left here in the 2nd quarter.
That was Ethan Anderson and number 8, Deacon Larson, on the quarterback pressure on the last play. Very good job by the Rangers. Here they come out of their huddle. The Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars, 14-7, like Ernst just said, in favor of the Rangers. It's going to be a 3 wide receiver set in the bottom and a running back in the backfield, and a penalty on the play. Delay of game on Hinckley-Finlayson.
Yeah, they did take quite a bit of time there coming out of the huddle, and then even once they got out of the huddle to come line it up, they had a little bit of confusion in which formation they were going to line up in, and I think that was enough time there to get the delay of game. So this is going to be quite the feat here for the Jaguars. They're going to line up here at about 4th and 20 from the 41-yard line. I'd have to imagine you're going to look for number 84 here on this play. Let's see where he lines up. He's at the top of the formation in the tight end position. You got Eldon McLean in the corner position with Ethan over the top. You got 3 wide receivers lined up to the bottom here with 1 behind the quarterback.
And Rangers going blitz. Here they come. And number 3, Eldon McLean on the breakup there. Very good job, Eldon.
Yep, the number 84 in that tight end position. You know, the ball was posted right about on that far hash there in the short side of the field. Lyons tries to run another one of those post routes to the far sideline on Hinckley's side there. And Eldon does a really nice job coming pretty close on the contact there, but does a good job of timing it up well and not coming in too early for the contact, breaking that pass up. Rangers will get the ball here on the 41-yard line, 1st and 10, going right to left with 2:54 left in the second quarter.
Turnover on downs. It's going to be a 1st and 10 Rangers, ball on the 41. Yep, here we go. But Brian Searstead, it looks like, might be taking a timeout.
Yeah,
Either that or Hinckley-Finlayson.
Yeah, you'd love to go down here with 2:54 left and score again before the half, and then you get the ball back after the half. Really build some momentum going into the second half here.
Rangers started to play or the ball game on defense, so we will get the ball in the second half. That is definitely something that Brian Searstead is looking to do. He's looking to go up by a couple touchdowns here, and then if he can get another score start of the second half, he'd be sitting really well.
Yeah, speaking of Brian Searstead, I got to give another shout out here to Mrs. Coach, to Miss Searstead listening. Probably got the kiddos, Brecken and Finley. Hope y'all are enjoying the game so far, and hopefully Dad can coach the team to another touchdown here and another Ranger win. We got 2 wide receivers lined up on the bottom of the field here. On the wide side of the field, both Jeremy and Eldon. You got 2 running backs lined up. Kean is going to go under center here on 1st and 10.
I formation, 2 wide receivers down in the bottom.
They only got 1 corner out here.
Yep, they do. I wonder if they'll take advantage. They're going to hand off to Billman. Billman's going to gain about a couple yards.
Yeah, he's able to get through the line, through the defensive line, but as soon as he gets to that second level of linebackers, he was not able to make any progress. Good tackle by the
Rangers
Jaguars.
are running a hurry up. Clock ticks, 2:35, 2:34. Shotgun formation. Wiesner takes the hike. Wiesner back to pass. He's looking for number 32.
That's
and incomplete. Number 32 of the Rangers is JJ.
Yeah, he throws that one just short. Really good pressure from the far side there of the Jaguars. Caleb does a nice job of picking up that blitz coming from the outside there, but doesn't give Kean enough time to really plant his feet and deliver the ball there to JJ on the close side of the field here.
2:26 to play. The clock has stopped for the time being because of the incomplete pass. It's 3rd and 8 for the Rangers. You would think that they need to pick up a first down here, or they're going to probably go for a punt.
Yep. You got 2 wide receivers lined up, stacked on the bottom here. Again, they only got 1 corner out here. That's really interesting. Kind of doing a zone to man. Number 0 does a really nice job of blowing that play up.
And they throw. The ball came loose, and Wiesner was able to grab it.
Yep, Hayden Holloway, number 0 for the Jaguars, does a nice job of getting the pressure on Kean. He does knock the ball out. Kean is able to fall on the ball, so the Rangers will line up on their own 34-yard line to punt this one away, punting from right to left.
I would think they would use as much time as they can. So here they go. They're going to be punting off from our right to our left. They're going to be punting off to, it looks like, possibly number 84. That's Lyons.
Ethan gets the punt off. It's going to be rolling here just about the 40. He picks it up at the 30-yard line. He's got a couple blockers, but lots of Rangers there to make the tackle right at the 37-yard line. It's going to be Jaguar ball with 1:35 remaining in the second quarter.
Tackled by a regiment of Rangers, 1st and 10 Jaguars. at their own 36.
Well, the half is almost here.
A regiment of Rangers making the tackle there.
And it looks like the young kids are there waiting for the Rangers to come into the shed area to give them a nice high five. Boy, they like to play out on the field. I remember when I was a kid playing football at the football games.
Yeah,
it was
it's
a fun environment.
always a great environment. You know, lots of memories growing up of Friday Night Lights.
We had at Cress, I teach over at Cress. I'm a 5th grade teacher, and I get to see the high school teams come over every single year, and the excitement on their faces is can't be beat. So here we go, I formation.
He's going to hand it off right away. It looks like the ball might be on the ground.
Rangers
a lot of Rangers
say they got
excited
the ball.
about it. We'll see what happens, and Rangers pick it up
Rangers
at the
do have the ball. Here we go,
36-yard line.
Rangers. 1st and 10, Rangers on the 35-yard line.
You got 1:29 remaining here. Plenty of time to conserve the clock and push the ball down the field to put some more points on the board. I think Coach Searstead has at least one timeout remaining, so you'd think that they'll probably try to run some of those hurry-up plays again here to close out the second quarter.
Jaguar 36-yard line.
So here we go, Rangers going into their huddle to get the play from Wiesner. Wiesner got the play from the coach on the sideline, and here they go.
Ball is on the left hash here on the close side of the field to us. They line up with Eldon and Jeremy just off the line of the offensive line. You got 2 running backs, both JJ and Caleb, behind the quarterback. Keehan's going to take the ball under center, fakes the handoff. Number 58 for the Jaguars is able to get through right away. Keehan is running to the right, scrambling, he goes for it, and he makes about 2 or 3 yards there on the right far side of the field.
Smart play of stepping out of bounds too, because that'll stop the clock. So 2nd and about 7, 1:20 remains in the ball or in the first half.
Yeah, he does a nice job. I mean, number 58 for the Jaguars there, Benton Kick, did a really nice job coming right off the end here. Gets a lot of pressure right away. You know, we had our wide receivers on this side of the field, so it flushed Keehan off to the right. He was able to scramble out for a 3-yard gain.
Braylon Cannell checks into the ball game. And here we go. It's going to be Jeremy Henson. It's going to be Jeremy Henson and Braylon Cannell down in the bottom part here of the ball field. With I formation, Wiesner under center. Wiesner takes the hike. He's looking to pass. It's going to go to Cannell. Cannell gets a good block by Jeremy Henson, and he continues with his speed.
Good.
And he gets out of bounds at about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, really nice catch and run there by Braylon. Able to take on some contact there, then fights off that second contact and takes the ball out of bounds. Rangers are going to be in a good position here to go in and score. They got the ball marked right about the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 for your Rangers, leading 14-7 with 1:13 left in the second quarter. Braylon's going to check out here.
Well, what they took advantage there was that single coverage and then that deep coverage that the Hinckley-Finlayson was running. Jeremy Henson went out strong on his wide receiver set, and that opened up the room for Braylon Cannell. Nice job. All right, here we go. It looks like it's going to be Keehan Wiesner under center. It's going to be Eldon McLean and Jeremy Henson down in the bottom part.
Takes the snap and hands it off right away to JJ, who pushes forward ahead for maybe a 2 or 3 yard gain, but not able to get too much there. Clock is running here, but you've only got about 11 yards here from the goal line. You technically could still make a first down here, but I think the Rangers are going to take advantage of the field position and the clock here, get a couple plays in. Obviously, they're going to try to get this one into the end zone.
Plenty of time right now, but they also have to be cautious of the clock as well. 43 seconds remains in the second quarter. So here
formation.
We go. Yep, same formation the last time.
You got Caleb and JJ lined up in the backfield. He takes the snap. He's looking left. You got plenty of time. Now he starts to scramble out to the left. You got to get rid of this one here.
And he gets rid of it towards Eldon McLean. He was the wide receiver in the area, but I think he was just throwing it away.
Yep, that's a really, really good move by Keehan there. They come into the short side of the field. You know, it's really tough when you come to the short side of the field. Hinckley had both corners and their safety stacked on this side of the field, so you had 2 wide receivers, but were not
flag
able
on the
to.
Play. I wonder what that one's for. Oh, Looks like it's probably intentional grounding on the Rangers.
Grounding. Loss of down.
It's going to be oh boy, loss of downs for the Rangers too. So will that bring them to a 4th down?
Penalty is from the spot of the foul.
We're going to wait and see. It's also from the spot of the foul, and the foul happened back a little ways. So that's going to back the Rangers all the way up to their 31-yard line. 24 seconds remains in the ball game, and it is going to be a 3rd down at this moment. 3rd down, timeout Rangers. Rangers are regrouping, figuring out a play. We're going to take a brief timeout as well for some advertisement.
The Deer Stand. Thank you to Deerwood Bank, Deerwood Technologies, Seth Jackson of Edward Jones Crosby, French's Automotive, I Wheel Confectionery, Oak Tech Unlimited, Hydraulic Carpet, Iron Range Eatery.
The fun doesn't end at the final whistle. It just moves to the Spalding House in Crosby. Plenty of games off the field to keep the competition alive. Fuel up with pizza. Or get your snack fix with cheese bread, chips, and cookies. Saturday's the meat raffle. Sunday's bingo. Both backing the Crosby Fire Department. And if you stay late enough, legend says you'll still hear that old high school gymnasium buzzer calling game over. Spalding House, Crosby's home field since 1910.
And here we go, the Rangers coming out of their timeout. It's going to be if you're just tuning in, there's 24 seconds remaining in the half. 14-7 Rangers at the moment. It's a 3rd and 27, ball on the 31-yard line.
You got 2 wide receivers lined up on the far side of the field, both Braylon and Eldon. Jeremy's lined up on the bottom side of the field here. Kean's going to be in shotgun. JJ's, looks like we jumped there. JJ was jumping down to jump on the line of scrimmage, and we jumped on the left side of the field here.
Penalty on the Rangers, full start, 5-yard penalty.
Full start, 5 yards on the Rangers.
32.
At this moment, I wonder if they will just keep it in bounds, maybe go for a run play and just call it a half. But you never know. Here we go. They are looking like they're going past.
We'll see what kind of risk they're able to take it on. They start right away in that formation. Kean's going to be in shotgun. You got Jeremy on the bottom side of the field. Eldon and Braylon lined up on the top side of the field. They only got one corner again over there. It's an interesting formation.
Wiesner looking to pass. Wieser's going to pass. And Braylon kind of lays out for it, but just not enough. Number 84 in the coverage, Lions.
Yeah, so the Jaguars line up in that 3-high formation, and number 84 is in the center, really in the playing center field, and he comes over to make a play on Braylon there. That ball just a little bit short. Braylon makes a nice effort for it, but not able to come up with it.
19 seconds remains in the quarter here, in the half, and the Rangers may just go for this play.
Yep, so the ball's lined up on the 32, 4th and 32. 19 seconds remaining here. The Rangers lead 14-7. They'll get the ball back in the second half here. They're going to line up in a similar formation. This time you got Eldon and Jeremy at the top with JJ in the backfield lined up next to Kean. He's going to snap the ball. He's going to scramble out to the right. He's looking for a wide receiver. Maybe he's got a guy. Looks like Jeremy Henson there right on the sideline. Try to make a toe-tapping catch, not able to come down with the ball. Jaguars will get the ball here with 12 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Only 12 seconds left. I would think maybe the Jaguars, in the field position that they have, might just call it a half. We'll see. You never know with high school football.
Yeah, I mean, when you got a player like number 84, maybe just toss it up and see what kind of play is made. Rangers are going to play one of the, prevent defense here. Just get guys deep, keep everybody in front of you.
So Jeremy Henson playing deeper than he usually was, just for the coverage personnel there. Wyatt Holmes also on the field, number 22 and number 3 as well for the Rangers. So Ethan and Eldon kind of back a little ways just to have a prevent defense.
Yep, Christian Anderson, Ethan Anderson there at linebacker position along with Caleb Billman. He's going to snap the ball, and looks like he's going to he throws it again there to number 8.
Gets the ball away. Number 8 was after him. That's Anderson, I believe. No, that's Deacon Larson. Deacon Larson on a quick play through. He broke his one lineman that was trying to block him there, and then he was able to get in the backfield and get some really good pressure on the quarterback. So here we go, 8 seconds.
First couple of plays of the game, when they started their passing attack on that first drive, we didn't have a lot of pressure, but we have not given their quarterback very much time since that first drive. So we'll see if we can continue to do that. The 3 wide receiver set to the far side of the field. Jaguars quarterback under center. He's going to snap it right away, passes it out, screen pass to number 84, Jacob Lyons. He makes a cut, gets about 10 yards, and is taken out of bounds by number 3, Eldon McLean.
It looks like the coach over on the other sideline is calling for 1 second on the play. On the clock. He did step out of bounds, and it looks like the refs are in agreement there that they are going to get one more play. 1 second left in the half. Hinckley-Finlayson is going to have one more play.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably going to just be, a similar, something short. Looks like Hinckley is going to take, I would guess there's final timeout, draw up a play.
I'm sure that CI coaching staff is really making sure, hey, no penalties on the play.
Yep, just play disciplined football here. Keep the ball in front of you and make the tackle. Get out of this half with a 7-point lead and the ball back in the third quarter.
Well, it's been a fairly equal match, both having about similar amount of penalties so far in the game. Turnovers have favored the Rangers so far with just 1, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, the turnover battle is always important, so hopefully we can continue to take care of the ball in the second half. You know, the Rangers were, as we mentioned in the second quarter, they're probably about a quarter second away from coming away with 2 turnovers, so they've done a good job of swarming the ball, attacking the ball, and it's come loose a couple times.
All right, here we go. It looks like they are going to go I formation with a 2 wide receiver set in the top part. And they're going to pass off, and they're going to pitch back to number 4, but it's going to be the half. The Rangers are going to march off the field to a swarm of elementary kids giving them the wave into the shed of a job well done. So they got another half to come out and play some good football, but they'll get the ball in the second half.
Yeah, the Rangers played a really good half of football there. You know, you'd love to see on that last drive when they've got the ball down in the red zone, if you can not have those penalties that kind of killed that drive. Outside of the first drive for the Jaguars, the defense really stood up here in the first half.
Well, the young lady dance team is out on the field here. It's going to be a lot of young ladies out there doing a dance routine. All the coaches getting them set for the half. And then I'm sure that some boys and girls will get onto the field and throw the ball around a little bit, because they really enjoy doing that. This is the Just for Kicks dancers. So anyways, in other news, we have some games coming up for the football. 5th and 6th grade tackle is home at 9 o'clock and 10:30 versus Pillager tomorrow. The JV team is playing Moose Lake Willow River on Monday, and the junior high on Tuesday of next week at Pillager and Thursday at Deer River. I'll speak a little bit about the cross country coming up here. Cross country is going to have a meet next week. Come out and support the Rangers. They're going to be running at 3:30. This team is something special. Our girls have now put themselves in a position to possibly run for the state meet here in a couple weeks. They are right there with Ely and Moose Lake and Greenway, Nashwauk, Keewatin. So it's going to be a fun end of the season. We got a lot of work left to do, but it's going to be fun to have a home crowd, and they really do like running when we get some people from the community coming out. So come on out to Ruckers. It's going to be at Ruckers Golf Course next week, Thursday. We'll be setting up the course on Thursday morning, getting it ready for the race. So we also have a couple of the boy Rangers really doing well. We had some really good PRs the other day. We had eight personal best times of all time in the 5K the other day. of our varsity athletes. So great job. A newcomer just coming up onto the Rangers varsity team. Leah Stockman had an amazing race the other day, running with Aubrey Babler, running a sub 22, and she is just outside of our Ranger all-time top 10 on the 5K. Our boys Justin Rice and Peter Bartles had a really fantastic race the other day as well. They got to see some opponents that they're going to see at the section final. So we're looking forward to that. We're having a great time on the cross-country side of things. How is the volleyball team? What are they looking forward to here in the coming weeks?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome to hear all of our teams doing really well. We mentioned earlier with tennis, Tori Orline getting her 100th win. She went to state last year, so hopefully she's able to make another push with the tennis team. And on the volleyball side of the house, we're pretty excited about how the season's gone so far. We're sitting at 11-4. This past Tuesday, we played Rush City, beat Rush City in a deep 5-set match, probably one of the funnest matches that I've been a part of, especially as a coach. Rush City is a state tournament team the last 3 years out of our section. They're a conference team. So we put ourselves in a position atop the conference leaderboard, and that's really exciting for us. Crosby Ironton Volleyball hasn't had a conference championship since 1996, and it's kind of in our own hands now. We're going to have Mora here on Tuesday. We'll go to Ogilvie next Thursday. We got Pine City here in 2 weeks, and then East Central to close out our season with our last 4 conference matches. But we're sitting at 5-0 in the conference and an opportunity for a Great River Conference championship. So girls are playing really well. Big match for us coming up here on Tuesday, and come out and support. Just like Rocky said, all of our athletes feed off of the energy when we get more folks out from the community come out and support.
It's been fun watching that gym just be packed full. I usually stand down at the bottom and watch with a couple of others, but looking up at the stadium, it looks like it's full almost every night. So
Yep. Well, it looks like we're announcing our homecoming court here. Our first up, we have Andrew Taylor and Gracie Rosecrans. Second is going to be Ethan Millsop and Sammy Hashi, one of my captains for the volleyball team. She has had a fantastic season so far.
Next up, it looks like Elden McLean and Lucy Lewandowski. She's one of my pole vaulters during the track season, also a volleyball player.
Yep, this group of girls, the guys have a lot of good athletes on their side too, but holy smokes, this group of girls between the basketball team, the volleyball team right now, lots of success in track.
Next up, Colton Armbrust and Riley Bartles. Riley Bartles is a cross-country runner for us.
Yeah, and I don't know if Colton does any sports, but I know he's very engaged in the school community. He started the environmental club last year, does a lot with NHS. Last up here, we have your 2025 Crosby Ironton homecoming king and queen, Eliza Jacobson and Jack Kavatovich.
Congratulations.
Another 2 awesome kids, very engaged with our both athletics and other organizations. Both Jack and Eliza do a lot with NHS. Mr. Fort and I are the NHS advisors, so awesome to engage with a lot of those kids and see them grow as leaders, and then see them grow in other areas academically and athletically as well.
The winner will take home $115 tonight.
And it looks like they're just announcing the float.
7, 6, 5.
No, they're announcing the 50-50 draw.
Yep.
But anyways, there was a homecoming floats that went through the Crosby area. Hopefully you were to get out and watch. The fire departments were out and a lot of community support. It's really fun to see the community all come together for a homecoming event like this.
Yeah, the homecoming processional is something that came out of COVID, if I remember correctly, and it's stuck around since then. It's really awesome to see the kids put together some floats, and obviously, as you mentioned, a lot of the other community members come together to support.
And here they come, the young football Rangers onto the field.
Yep, all the little Rangers coming out. Always a great time for them to come and play some football on the big varsity field under the lights. You still got the crowd here. The pep band is going. Great atmosphere here at John Davies Field tonight. What a beautiful night for a homecoming football game. The The stands are packed. You've got people all up and down the fence. It looks like lots of people down there over by concessions. Great turnout for some Crosby Ironton football. I think we're going to pause here. We'll go through some of the advertisements, and then we'll kind of go through a little bit of a recap and what we're looking forward to here in the second half. Your Crosby Ironton Rangers lead 14-7. There's about 5 minutes left in halftime. The Rangers will get the ball back at the half. We'll hope to keep some of that momentum going that we had in the first half, put some more points on the board.
We want to thank all of our sponsors at rangerslive.net. And like Ern said, we're going to run through all the advertisement here, so hang tight with us. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
With Rangers Live, please contact Clay Twig, the Activities Director in the Activities Department at Crosby Ironton High School. We are offering many different opportunities for you to advertise with Rangers Live, and all the proceeds go back to the student athletes of Crosby Ironton High School. Thank you so much for your support, and go CI Go.
As a proud sponsor of Crosby Ironton Rangers, KK Advertising knows that every great team needs a solid foundation. The same goes for your business. KK Advertising provides advertising and marketing services across Minnesota, helping businesses like yours stand out from the crowd. Learn more at kkadvertising.com and go Rangers!
The Deer Stand Restaurant and Bar are proud supporters of the CI Rangers and the CI Sports Boosters. They are open 7 days a week at 11 a.m. with a full menu, soup, and salad bar. The Deer Stand has meat raffles on Thursday at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 2 p.m. If you're looking to find their lunch or dinner specials, check out their Facebook page, The Deer Stand Restaurant and Bar. Hope to see you soon. Are you having trouble paying your energy bills? Lutheran Social Services of Minnesota's Energy Assistance Program is currently taking applications for assistance from residents of Crow Wing County. Applicants that meet program deadlines may qualify for help. All funds go directly to your vendors. You can apply online at lssmn.org/energy assistance or pick up an application at the drop box located outside the back entrance at 716 East Street in Brainerd. If you have questions, call 218-829-5000 and leave a detailed message.
The fun doesn't end at the final whistle. It just moves to the Spalding House in Crosby. Plenty of games off the field to keep the competition alive. Fuel up with pizza. Or get your snack fix with cheese bread, chips, and cookies. Saturday's the meat raffle. Sunday's bingo. Both backing the Crosby Fire Department. And if you stay late enough, legend says you'll still hear that old high school gymnasium buzzer calling game over. Spalding House, Crosby's home field since 1910.
The following sponsors of Rangers Live: KK Advertising, Coop Funeral Home, Lutheran Social Service of Minnesota, Mid-Minnesota Federal Credit Union of Crosby, Mike Melanich of Coldwell Banker, Minnesota Teas, Mission Beach Resort, North Central Transfer, Range Disposal Services, Tom Kruziter and Tyler Henriksen of Real Estate Pros and Coldwell Banker, Remax Advantage Plus, a Peitig Properties Group, R&R Landscaping and Construction in Aiken, the Spalding House, Steve's Residential Drafting, T&J Services, Taconite Canteen and Events Center, Tremolo Communications, Unity Bank of Crosby. Thank you to the following sponsors of Rangers Live: Always Painting, Otto Smith Service Group, Crosby Ironton Sports Boosters, CI Transportation, Canna Wine Bar, Crosby Ironton Courier, Cuyuna Country Auto Center Incorporated, Cuyuna Lakes Parts City, Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, The Deer Stand, Deerwood Bank, Deerwood Technologies, Seth Jackson of Edward Jones Crosby, French's Automotive, High Wheel Confectionery, Hogue Tech Unlimited, Hydraulic Carpet, Iron Range Eatery.
All right, thank you to our sponsors as well. Donations from the Zender family, Becky, John, Marley, and Connor, as well as the Barrett family, right? families are able to donate to rangerslive.net, businesses. Pretty fantastic thing that that Clay and Tom have just put an immense amount of time and effort into. And these sponsorships all go back to our students, to the meals, to the transportation, to equipment, to officials. I mean, all of that support makes a big difference for athletic programs. I can certainly speak to it. I'm sure you can as well, Rocky, as coaches of programs in this community. We couldn't do it without all the support we get. So if you're interested, reach out to Clay to sponsor. But again, thank you to the sponsors that we have.
Yeah, just a little recap from the first half. It's 14-7 for the Rangers, but kind of started off with us kicking the ball off to Hinckley-Finlayson, them taking an early lead off a fairly good run and pass game to start the game. So it was 7-0 for Hinckley-Finlayson. Then on the first possession with the Rangers, they came down and scored 6 points, right?
Yeah, and both of them put together really nice sustained drives. Defenses weren't able to get too much going on in either of those drives. Rangers able to make a stop on the third drive. Hinckley punted the ball away, and Rangers were able to go down the field for another drive to take a 14-7 lead. They got the 2-point conversion on that second touchdown.
Looked like the Rangers made some adjustments with Lyons of how they were doing coverage for him. They started off the game with just a single coverage, and then they went to a double coverage with Lyons. So
yeah, Lyons wasn't able to get much going the second quarter there. Oh, it looks like we got the CI burning here on the far end of the field. Always a cool tradition that the fire department does down there. That looks awesome.
Anyways, the Rangers were able to get another score towards the end of the half there. It's 14-7 Rangers. Rangers were able to get one 2-point conversion. One 2-point conversion, and then they were not so well on the other one. So it's 14 points. They did not kick 2 field goals. One 2-point conversion and one miss. The Hinckley-Finlayson, they have a fairly good kicker, that sophomore kicker.
Yeah, I mean, the extra point was good, and then the one kickoff that they had was quite the boot. So we'll see if he's got that same thing coming out of the second half here. Boys are tossing the ball around on the field here, getting warmed up. We got about 1:15 and counting to go left in the halftime here. Everybody's back out on the field. The guys are getting stretched on the sideline here. Hinckley on the far side of the field, getting back together. Interesting choice. So last game, didn't the Rangers decide to take the far sideline?
Last game that I was here, yes, they did.
Yeah, so they must not have liked that as much. Rangers deciding to take the close sideline here, closer to the box. Hinckley in the all-white jerseys, the black bottoms with the red trim on the far side of the field.
37 seconds, and then we're going to kick off for the second half. I'm curious if Hinckley were to get close enough to where they could attempt for 20-yard field goal, 25-yard field goal, whether they would attempt it or not. But he does have a big booming leg on him. He was able to kick it out of the end zone. That's how much leg that kicker has.
Yeah, he had a really nice kickoff there.
So the Rangers here getting a little bit of information from coaching staff right now. 5 seconds to go, and then we're going to start out. Rangers stretching out. Great atmosphere here tonight. Great weather as well. I've been to some homecoming games that haven't been this nice of weather. And come on down and support the Rangers. If you're listening right now, you got a lot of ball game left. Come on down. Come into the field, the John Davies Field here. There's a lot of people. It's just a great atmosphere, people standing over on the fence line. That's how many people are here tonight.
Yeah, it's been a great game so far. Both of the teams coming in here 1-3, so, we kind of expected a competitive game here. The Rangers taking the opportunity here, have the opportunity here to stretch out this lead here. Rangers next week will play at home again versus Moose Lake Willow River. Jaguars are going to kick off here from right to left. We got Jeremy Henson deep along with Eldon and Brayland at the second level to return the kick. We'll look at the boom here, and off we go.
And Henson takes the kickoff. He's going to run up the field. He breaks one tackle, and he gets out to the far side. And he's got some speed, and he keeps carrying some Hinckley-Finlayson with him all the way up to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Jeremy does a really nice job there. Catches the ball right around the 10-yard line on the close hash and then takes that to the far side of the field, able to break a couple tackles, get a little bit of space, gets contact there at the 45 and drags a couple Jaguars to the 50. Your Rangers will take over with 11:49 to go here in the third quarter. 1st and 10.
Rangers in the huddle. Rangers now coming out of the huddle. They have their play. We're going to see if they have a couple set plays. It's going to be 2 Rangers off to the far hashes. It's going to be Eldon McLean and Jeremy Henson with a 2 running back set in the I formation. Wiesner under center. Wiesner takes the hike. It's handed off to Billman. Billman gets himself about 5 yards.
Yeah, does a nice job. They get a good hole for him there, and then he runs into number 57, who takes him down after a 4 or 5 yard gain, but good start to the second half.
That's Jakery Carr, a senior for Hinckley-Finlayson. Number 22 checking into the game for the Rangers. 22, Ethan Millsap.
Looks like Eldon's going to come off here.
Rangers going to be in the I formation once again with the same formation as the last time. 2 wide receivers up to the far hashes. Wiesner under center. Wiesner takes the hike. He fakes to Billman, gets it over to Henson. He's got a lot of room.
Yeah, they were in that 2 receiver stack on the far side of the field with both Ethan and Jeremy, and looks like he fumbled there. It looks like Jeremy fumbled the ball. He had the first down, about a 10-yard gain, and then hard to see on the far side of the field there, but lots of Jaguars celebrating. And
the ref is saying that it is a turnover on downs.
Yep, and I mean, really nice play there. They had the stack on the far side of the field. Ethan was running a streak down the field there on the far side, and he took both of the corners with him, and Jeremy basically just took a step back and got that screen pass right away for a 10-yard gain. But once he made contact there down the field with the corners, they must have been able to punch the ball loose. Jaguars will take over here on the Rangers 36. No, excuse me, on their own 36.
1st and 10, Hinckley-Finlayson on the 36-yard line. 14-7 Rangers, 10:52 remains in the third quarter. It's going to be an I formation for Hinckley-Finlayson. 2 wide receiver set off the far side of the field.
Lots of space here on the bottom. Let's see if they try to go that way, and they don't. They go to the right side of the field. He's able to get through one, but nice tackle there right at the line of scrimmage. It looks like Jeremy coming down again, making a really good play. They've had a hard time running the ball to Jeremy's side of the field. He's done a really good job not letting them get any space around the far side there. Nice tackle by Jeremy.
Yeah, they have not created any separation on Jeremy all night.
No, he's done a really nice job defensively.
Well, they're going to be on the far hash once again. We'll see if they run off to that side once again. They chose to go towards the far side of hash where there wasn't as much room. Nope, they're going to switch it up. They're going to go a 3 wide receiver set on the close hashes now with a 1 running back in the backfield. And it's going to be a quick screen. 84 Lions takes the catch, and he breaks a tackle, and he continues to run.
There is a flag back.
Henson.
There is a flag back right by where the blockers would have been. We'll see if that's an illegal block, maybe a crackback block on the Jaguars.
And it looks like the chains are not moving yet, and it is a flag on Hinckley-Finlayson. So it is going to back him up. It looks like 10 yards.
Yeah, that's a play we've seen a couple times now, and Jacob Lyons did a really nice job of catching that ball and breaking some tackles, but he had a little bit of help from a illegal hold there. So it'll back the ball up to the Rangers 29, about 30-yard line. It's going to be
2nd and about 17. 2nd and 17, 9:50 to go in the third quarter. 14-7 Rangers. Hinckley-Finlayson coming out of the huddle. It's going to be the I formation. They're going to go to opposite set this time. Same 3 wide receiver set as the last time, just off the far hash. And they hike the ball. They are looking to pass. Henson coming in fast, and he almost got the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, again, Jeremy calling his name a lot. He's did a really good job of just busting through the line there and makes contact with the quarterback. The quarterback's rushed on his throw there and really just throws a duck across the middle of the field. Actually, a pretty dangerous pass. Looks like the Rangers had an opportunity there to maybe pick that one off, but nobody in the area. Good job by the Rangers for a long third down here.
And I don't know if Hansen got a little bit of his hand on the ball or not. It looked like it came off a little bit odd, and it started going towards the Rangers. Too bad someone wasn't there. All right, here we go. Hinckley-Finlayson out of the huddle. They are in the I formation, and they got a 2 wide receiver set down to the close hashes.
Yep, Lions down here on the bottom. You got 2, same play to Lions, and then he does that toss. It's the trick play that they ran at the end of the last half to 0.
Eldon McLean on the tackle.
Yep, 0 Hayden Holloway.
He's shooken up. It's going to be a medical timeout for right now. The other Hinckley-Finlayson player was a little bit, bigger in size than what Eldon is, and they both kind of went down for a good tackle and the other one to break a tackle, and it looks like maybe the wind's just knocking out of them. That's what we're going to hope for.
Yeah, that's what we'll hope for here. The guys are going to take a knee. I think we'll take a break here and come back in a moment.
Thank you to the following sponsors of Rangers Live: Always Painting, Otto Smith Service Group, Crosby Ironton Sports Boosters, CI Transportation, Canna Wine Bar, Crosby Ironton Courier, Cuyuna Country Auto Center Incorporated, Cuyuna Lakes Parts City, Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, The Deer Stand, Deerwood Bank, Deerwood Technologies, Seth Jackson of Edward Jones Crosby, French's Automotive, High Wheel Confectionery, Hogue Tech Unlimited, Hydraulic Carpet, Iron Range Eatery.
And we're back. Eldon got up on his own 2 feet and walked off over to the trainer table. It looks like maybe not as bad as what it could have been. So he walked off on his own. The trainer's going to look at him and hopefully get him back in the ball game.
All right, he takes the snap there, and he actually bobbles the snap, and he's running back with it, scrambling.
Oh, and there's a flag as well coming from the far side of the field. I wonder what that one's for.
Yeah, as soon as he goes to throw that ball there, number 1, Jeremy Henson, once again getting a hand on the ball, knocking it into the backfield, putting pressure on the quarterback. But that flag does come from the far backside. We'll see what that ends up being.
Jeremy's reminding me of Van Geekel right now.
Yeah, he rushed through. Yeah, he's been all over the place, making some big plays for the defense.
Well, there's a flag on the field. We're going to find out what it was.
Dead ball foul, personal foul.
Personal foul on the Rangers. It was going to be a 4th down and 8, and now that's going to change it around to a 1st down for Hinckley-Finlayson. I don't fully know what the foul was there. Do you know what the foul was on that one?
So it looks like it was, hit to head there. Looked like a 32. J.J. Lang must have been putting pressure. Well, we'll reset here. So the ball is going to be... Okay, so that was 4th down.
Okay.
So that was 4th down. They lose 15 yards from the position there, right? It was an incomplete pass, 15-yard penalty. So the penalty is not enough to give the Jaguars the 1st down. So your Rangers are going to take over here with possession on the Jaguars, or on their own 48, 1st and 10. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 2 running back. Keane is under center. Caleb is going out wide in motion. He takes the snap and he hands it off to JJ right at the line of scrimmage. He's able to break a few tackles, finds a nice hole for a rush of about 12 yards. Really nice play there. Number 62 for the Rangers, Cohen Ellis, has his guy on the ground in the backfield. Nice job there by Cohen, giving his running back some space to make a nice Rangers First down.
Also, number 2, Jacob English with a very well blocked there.
Yeah, I mean, JJ had a lot of room there. He took that snap from right behind center and able to get the hole right away, get to the second level, make a move, and find himself with a 12-yard gain. Your Rangers will take over or have the ball here at the Jaguars 39. We'll see if we can get that run game going like they did kind of on their first drive of the game. You got 2 wide receivers to the far side again with 2 running backs behind Kean under center.
Kean takes the snap, and it's going to be a throw to Braylon Kennel up on the far hashes. Braylon Kennel makes about 3 moves on the play, and he's going to go forward for probably about 20 yards.
Yeah, they got a flag down again. I think they're going to call that one on Jeremy for a hold. Very similar play to what they ran in the last half with Ethan out there on the far side. They run that screen pass with the 2 wide receiver stack. Hinckley bites on it again. The corners go deep. You've got space for Braylon to get out, who's an incredibly speedy kid. You know, I know he's had a lot of success with the track team as well. He had a lot of space, had about a 20-yard gain, but it's going to get called back here for a hold.
Holding on the Rangers, that's going to be a 10-yard penalty, and they are going to reset here. It's going to be probably a 1st and 20 from the... still going to be a 1st and 9. Why is that?
1st and 9 for the Rangers.
I do not have the answer for that. Maybe it's from the spot of the foul?
Well, here we go. It's going to be a 1st and 9 anyways. 1st and 9 for the Rangers, and it's going to be an I formation, 2 wide receivers on the far side of the field. Wiesner under center. Wiesner takes the hike. It's going to be to Billman. Billman's going to go forward. He's still going. Goes forward for about 3 yards.
Yeah, tough kid to take down. Number 58, Benton Kick, is able to make contact with him right away at the line of scrimmage, and Caleb is still able to fight his way forward for about 2 or 3 yards.
7:17 remains in the third quarter. 14-7 for the Rangers. It's going to be a 2nd and about 7.
Hey, it looks like number 3, Eldon McLean, coming back on the field here. So he must have got cleared by the athletic trainer. Good to see him back out there. He's going to come line up on the close side of the field here, which is the far hash, or the close hash. The ball's lined up on the far hash, so Eldon's going to be lined up one-on-one down here on the bottom side. You got 2 wide receivers to the top. Kean's going to be in shotgun with 1 running back to his right.
Hinckley was showing blitz, and they might have got us to jump. We'll see. There's a flag on the play. Was it because Hinckley slid forward into the... yep, they did.
Yeah, that's going to be the encroachment. You know, Hinckley's trying to show the blitz there. They've got 2 linebackers coming up, jumping in those gaps, and one of them must have jumped too far there, or might have even spooked one of his guys on the line there. So Crosby Ironton Rangers are going to get 2nd and 2 here from the 31.
2nd and 2 Rangers. They're going to come out in the shotgun formation this time with a 3 wide receiver set and 1 running back in the backfield. Looks like JJ, and Eldon McLean down on the bottom side of the field. He's looking Eldon's way. He's getting pressure. Wiesner throws it out of bounds over towards Eldon.
Yeah, I think that's another smart play there. He's got pretty tight coverage on Eldon over on the sideline there. Kean rolls all the way out, and he didn't have the space to scramble forward for a first down or for really any gain there. So he does the smart move of just throwing that ball out of bounds and living to see the next play. 3rd and 2 here. You still got, it's probably 2 down territory. So see what we draw up here.
I'm going to pull a Nathan Ernst. I'm going to call a quick pass over to Jeremy Hansen on the far side.
All right, let's see what happens here. You got Jeremy Hansen and Eldon McLean lined up on the far side.
I formation. I changed my mind.
Yep, you got 2 lined up in the back. Caleb is going out in motion to the left.
JJ, and he's going to go forward for about 3 yards. That's about what I said, right?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you called.
Yeah.
They had him lined up.
Back by a jumble.
Well, here we go. It's going to move the chains. It's going to be a 1st and 10. There is an injury on the field. It is a Ranger.
First down.
It's going to be a timeout on the field for the time being.
Yeah, I think that's our center, Cohen Ellis. We'll see what happens there. Cohen's a tough kid. He's fought through some injuries over the last few years. Had Cohen a few years back in baseball when I coached JV with with Coach Searstead, I know Cohen's dealt with some knee stuff, so hopefully we can avoid that here. The player's down on a knee here.
And he's going to get up on his own. He's going to walk over with a slight limp over towards the sideline. So some good news to see him walking on his own, but the limp does not look good.
Yeah, he's got a big brace on that right knee. We'll see if he's able to get stretched out and come back in, or if we're going to have a new center in the game here.
Well, it's 14-7 for the Rangers. 6:12 remains in the third quarter. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Rangers on the 28-yard line of Hinckley-Finlayson. They've been in this position before and have been able to capitalize multiple times against Hinckley here. So both times have been passes that they've been able to get into the end zone. Once was towards Braylon Kennel, and the other one was to Jeremy Henson, or was it Eldon McLean?
That one was to Eldon,
Eldon
second one. I
McLean.
think Jeremy had a really nice ball to get us down inside the 10-yard line. They'll line up with Jeremy on the far side, pitch out to Caleb Billman on the right. He's coming to the close side here. He's making a couple moves. Not able to get much. Looks like he's able to get about a 2 or 3 yard gain.
And another flag on the field.
Another flag. Looks like they're pointing our way. Looks like one of the Jaguars is trying to limp off the field on the far side there.
Another penalty marker. The Rangers are kind of looking like it's them because they're backing it up.
Holding on the Rangers.
Yeah, holding call there. Rangers will be back again. You know, we talked about this in the end of the second half. Those penalties kind of killed that drive. We got all the way down up to 1st and 10 from probably the 12 or 13-yard line, and then we backed ourselves up about 25 yards between a botched snap and a penalty or two, and then now we're sitting here looking at about 1st and 20 from the Jaguars' 38.
Right now, it's staying a lot closer ball game with these penalties that the Rangers have been having. So hopefully they can take care of business here and not have so many penalties. And we might be up an extra score if we didn't have these penalties hurting us here. So anyways, it's going to be a 1st and 20 for the Rangers. They're going to go for a pass. Wiesner's looking downfield. It's going to go to number 22.
Yeah, good pass there. Ethan just runs an out route about 5 to 7 yards down the field. Kean throws a really nice ball across the field there for probably a 8 or 9 yard gain. Puts the Rangers in a much more manageable position. It looks like an 11-yard gain, so that'll be 2nd and 10, 2nd and 9 range for the Rangers.
And it looks like the Rangers were just trying to get a little bit back on the play, and they have 4 downs to do it too. So it's only 2nd down. It's 2nd down and 10. They moved the sticks back just a hair there. So 2nd down and 10, 5:19 to go in the third quarter, 14-7 for the Rangers. Yeah. And here we go. It's going to be a shotgun formation.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to line up in a formation we haven't seen yet. You got 4 receivers. You got 2 split to the left, 2 to the right with a running back in the backfield with Kean. I think Ethan jumped there on the far side.
Start.
Penalty marker down. Full start.
Rangers going to have a 5-yard penalty on the play. It's going to bring them back. It's going to be a 2nd and 15 to go now. 2nd and 15. Ball is on the Hinckley-Finlayson 33.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the passing statistics coming into this game. You see the Rangers spreading out in that formation. Let's see if they line up that same way again. Looks like they are. They got Ethan and Jeremy to the far side of the field. You got Jacob English and Eldon on the bottom here. Keane is going to be in shotgun. He's going to take the snap.
JJ in the backfield.
Takes the snap. You've got looking right, and he's looking. Jacob English is away for another catch about 5 or 6 yards down the field. Jacob runs an out route.
So now it's going to be a 3rd and 10. And a very good block. JJ picked up a blitz that was coming in. JJ was able to get that block for Wiesner to get the pass away.
Yeah, really nice job there. I mean, they're just managing, right? You mentioned it earlier. They're not trying to get all 20 yards at once. Good job by the Rangers to execute a couple shorter plays there, just trying to get some chunk yards so that they put themselves in a manageable position on 4th down here. So we line up in shotgun again, very exact same formation with JJ in the backfield to block.
4 wide receiver set is that same formation. Wiesner back to pass. He kind of is looking around. He's getting a lot of pressure. He lobs it up to number 2.
That's Jacob English.
And he breaks
is
the
going to
tackle.
run it all the way down to
2-yard
2.
line.
That was very Patrick Mahomes of Kean. He scrambling to the right side of the field. He's got a Jaguar right on his back, and he kind of just flips it forward. Kean is a heck of a baseball player too, so that's almost like a double play ball. You're running at shortstop, and you flip that over to the second baseman.
Very smart play to just do a nice soft lob rather than a bullet pass. Because if you went with the bullet pass, there was a Hinckley-Finlayson defenseman in the area, but he was able to get it right up and over. Boy, that was a beautiful play.
Yeah, that was a pretty crafty play by Kean. Nicely done, and a great catch by Jacob, and a good
First
run.
and goal on the 2. Wiesner going back,
drop back
looking
to
to pass. Oh, and almost picked off by number 6. Number 6 of the Hinckley-Finlayson. Number 6 is Ben Westrom.
Yeah, Jeremy ran about a 5-yard out route there going to the far side of the field, and it was just a little bit too far to the inside, and it got jumped by the Jaguars, but fortunately they were unable to make the catch there. It looks like it's a officials timeout maybe?
If Wiesner would have thrown that ball just a little bit to the far side a little bit more, I think Hansen would have had it.
Yeah, he definitely had a step on him.
It's going to be a timeout, Rangers. It's going to be a 2nd and goal when we come back.
2nd and goal from the 2-yard line.
If you are interested in advertising with Rangers Live, please contact Clay Twig, the activities director in the activities department at Crosby Ironton High School. We are offering many different opportunities for you to advertise with Rangers Live, and all the proceeds go back to the student athletes of Crosby Ironton High School. Thank you so much for your support, and go CI Go.
Yes, big thank you to the sponsors that support all of our athletes. It makes a world of difference for our programs. Coming back to the field here, we're sitting at 4:27 left to go in the third quarter. Your Rangers lead 14-7 with the ball on the 2-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and goal. The last play there on first down, Rocky, they tried to throw the ball. Let's see if they try to pound the rock in here.
Yeah, I think that might be the case here. Rangers have been able to get some movement up front with their offensive line, and it's been fairly equal between Billman and JJ, but I would think they would go to JJ here if they're going to go up the gut.
Yeah,
so
you would think
we'll
so.
see.
Yeah, number 55, Gus Vanieri, comes in at center to replace Cohen Ellis, who's still getting worked on down here on the trainers.
Wiesner
They're going to be in
the shotgun.
They're going to look to pass again. Kean's going to be scrambling. A little bit of a scramble drill. He throws it.
Incomplete is what they call it.
And an incomplete. So he tries to throw to the center of the end zone. It looks like he had number 2, Jacob English, somewhere in there, but there were quite a few Jaguars hanging around in the center of the end zone there, not able to complete the pass there, knocked down by the Jaguars. It's going to be 3rd and 2 here. We've tried to pass on both first and second down from the second here. You got to think that on one of these tries, we're going to try to get the ball to one of the corners here. I think we've had a little bit of trouble just directly up the gut. They've got a D tackle there in the center that's clogging up some space, but they line up in I formation.
4:17 to go in the third quarter, 14-7 Rangers. I formation, Wiesner under center. Wiesner takes a hike, it's a fumble. Wiesner picks it up, though, and throws it in the end zone to Eldon McLean.
Look at that, another touchdown to Eldon. Eldon runs a similar route that he did on the other side of the field. He runs a quick out route right to the out-of-bounds line. Kean drops that snap. You got to think that might have something to do with a backup center in there, but he does a really nice job of picking that up quickly, scrambling out to the right. He knew where his receivers were going to be, and his receivers found that open space. Kean connects, and the Rangers lead here 20-7.
Yeah, Cohen Ellis, it now has his helmet on the side of the field, but they've given him a crutch, so that's not looking. No, they took it away. So he is walking on his own. That's some good news. He's walking back towards his team. So here we go. Like Ernst was saying, when you put some new people into the game, sometimes some mistakes happen. So Here we
They
go.
did a really nice job of responding here. 2-point conversion here. He fakes the snap to the left. He's scrambling out to the right. Looks like Keane's going to take it in himself for a 2-point conversion. Look in the back of the end zone there. Number 72 and number 55 for the Rangers. Who was that there? You got Caden Lukey, and Gus Vanieri had the D tackle for the Jaguars in the back of the end zone on his back.
They just
driving him.
Drove him all the way back.
Yeah, really nice job blocking there. Nice job scrambling out to the right. Looked like a designed option play. If he wanted to pull up for the pass, he had a couple guys there on the right side of the field, but Keane makes a really nice decision to just bring that himself, get the 2 points for a Rangers 22-7 lead. We got 4:11 here to go in the third quarter, and you got to think that, the Rangers have had defensively all of the momentum for most of the game. That first drive, as we talked about, Jaguars did a really nice job to put together a long drive, getting down the field. We talked about number 84, Jacob Lyons, quite a bit on that drive, and it seems like he's been pretty quiet since then. I've noticed they've moved him around quite a bit on defense as well. He had been playing at the defensive end position, and then I think after we made a couple of those big completions, he's been playing at the deep safety spot. So, we talked about some of the adjustments being made. We'll see if the Jaguars continue to make some adjustments here in the second half.
Yeah, the Rangers just have so many weapons that they can go to, and when you're so, one or two playmakers, it makes it a little bit tough on the other side of the ball, because Rangers have made some really good adjustments for Lions because of that. So the start of the game, Hinckley-Finlayson was really clicking and moving the ball, and now with the adjustments that have been made, it's been all Rangers.
Yep, and great kick there by Keane down to the 15-yard lines. Lyons is going to catch it there, and he's going to return it about 15 yards before he runs into about half of the Rangers kickoff team. Jaguars are going to take over on their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10, with 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Your Rangers are leading 22-7.
Swarm of Rangers on that play. All right, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 22-7. It's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line of Hinckley-Finlayson. Hinckley on our right, Crosby on our left. Crosby wearing their classical maroon tonight, with Hinckley-Finlayson wearing their white with black pants. A very beautiful outline on the field tonight. There's the Rangers emblem on the center field, a Go CI Go, like Ernst said earlier, and a Rangers down in the other end zone. So some very cool design work that was done. All for homecoming. Shotgun formation. Number 4 goes back to pass for Hinckley. Lions looking for and Eldon looked like he ran the route again much better than Lyons did and almost intercepted that ball. Great coverage by Eldon.
Yeah, it's good to see Eldon come back and make that play after making a great tackle earlier. Dad's up here in the stands clapping loud, cheering on his boy. Great play. You got to think on that play there, the quarterback actually looked over to Lyons there, tapped his helmet. I'd have to imagine that's maybe he's just faking somebody out. Maybe he faked me out, but they lined up in that formation, and the quarterback might have liked what he saw. But again, Eldon makes a great play. Ethan was coming over from the top safety position. They're lining up that way again. Here you got 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers to the far side. Snaps the ball.
Going to be a handoff to number 13, but not with a swarm of.
He does not get anywhere.
There's a Ranger or 2 there, number 8.
Yep, that's Deacon Larson with another great play. As soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, he was eaten up. Also, number 72 there for the Rangers, Caden Lukey, making great play.
And it looks like a Hinckley-Finlayson player down on the field, so they're going to take a official timeout. We'll be back in a second.
The fun doesn't end at the final whistle. It just moves to the Spalding House in Crosby. Plenty of games off the field to keep the competition alive. Fuel up with pizza. Or get your snack fix with cheese bread, chips, and cookies. Saturday's the meat raffle. Sunday's bingo. Both backing the Crosby Fire Department. And if you stay late enough, legend says you'll still hear that old high school gymnasium buzzer calling game over. Spalding House, Crosby's home field since 1910.
The Deer Stand Restaurant and Bar are proud supporters of the CI Rangers and the CI Sports Boosters. They are open 7 days a week at 11 a.m. with a full menu, soup, and salad bar. The Deer Stand has meat raffles on Thursday at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 2 p.m. If you're looking to find their lunch or dinner specials, check out their Facebook page, the Deer Stand Restaurant and Bar. Hope to see you soon.
If you are interested in advertising with Rangers Live, please contact Clay Twig, the Activities Director in the Activities Department at Crosby Ironton High School. We are offering many different opportunities for you to advertise with Rangers Live, and all the proceeds go back to the student athletes of Crosby Ironton High School. Thank you so much for your support, and go CI Go!
All right, and we're back here. It looks like the Jaguars getting helped up there in the middle of the field. The Jaguars still have the ball here. It's going to be 3rd and 10. They've got the ball on their own 30-yard line. 3:39 left to go here in the third quarter. Your Rangers are leading 22-7.
3:39 to go in the third quarter. Hinckley-Finlayson taking the field on our right side. They're going to be right driving to the left here. Rangers on our left side. It is going to be an I formation. 2 running backs in the backfield and 3 wide receivers off to each side. It's a shotgun formation. Fumble.
Short snap there. Number 44, Caleb Billman's on him right away. Deacon's chasing. Number 53 as well chasing. Gets out to the right and he throws it downfield. He's got a guy wide open, number 84. And he does not come up with it. He had him there. They came all the way across the field. He was
Lots of Rangers there. Number 47, one of them for the Rangers, and also number 22, Eldon, number 3 and 1. There was a lot of Rangers around there. Eldon McLean, Jeremy Hansen, Ethan Millsap, I believe.
Yeah, you had a lot of guys there, but Lyons did a nice job. He had just gotten on the backside of our coverage, and a really impressive throw from the quarterback there as he's scrambling out to his right. He's not able to come down with it, so your Rangers are going to line up for a punt receive formation here, 4th and 10. Eldon McLean is going to be back to receive the punt.
Eldon McLean deep to receive.
Looks like the do-it-all quarterback for Hinckley, number 4, Kellen Van Ruden, is going to do the punting here for the Jaguars. And it's a high punt. It goes over his head.
Go into the end zone.
Just about. He's not able to pick it up.
It does, and the Rangers
He's not able to get it. He's far on.
Number 8, Deacon Larson with the pickup. Deacon Larson with a defensive touchdown. Nice job, Deacon.
Yeah, that punt just sails over number 4's head. There really wasn't even going to be able to jump up and catch that. He runs back, tries to pick it up, and is not able to, and the ball continues to scramble there into the end zone. Really nice job by the Rangers getting through and falling on that ball. Good job, Deacon, to get us another 6 points. Your Rangers lead now 28-7 with 3:11 to go here in the third quarter as they line up for another 2-point conversion.
Oh, they're going to go for a field goal. This is Wiesner is going to kick for the extra point.
Yep, we got Wiesner to kick here, and we've got Wyatt. Oh, looks like that's not going to work out.
Oh, was that a fake play?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm going to have to guess just because that snap was so high. You had Wyatt Holmes down to hold there, and that snap, I mean, he had to stand up, and he caught that snap all the way up at his head, so I don't think he had really any choice but to try to scramble. Rangers are unable to convert on that 2-point conversion, but that's a good attempt there. I know the Rangers have been talking about trying to find ways to kick the ball there, so they go for it. Doesn't work out on that one, but maybe we'll see a kick later in this game.
Well, it's now a 21-point ball game, so it's a 3-possession ball game now. The Rangers will kick off here in a little bit. They have really come out on fire in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, they continued what they were doing in the first half. You mentioned it earlier in this quarter here. I think if it weren't for some penalties, this might be a 35 or 42-7 game. But both of those penalties, string of penalties, really. In the first half, we were in the red zone. In the second half, we had an opportunity in the red zone down to our right here. And both times, we kind of hurt ourselves going backwards on those penalties. But the Rangers have been able to move the ball pretty consistently all night. on the ground and through the air. A little slow moving on the first drive of the game, but they're able to convert on that long fourth down to Braylon. And they'll line up here to kick it off with 3:11 to go in the third quarter.
Key and a kick. And it's away. Here we go.
We've got another returner here in the back. It's actually number 83 for the Jaguars.
I don't know if we've called his name yet tonight or not.
He is not on our roster, but number 83 takes that one. He picks it up right around the 5-yard line, returns it for about 15 yards. Looks like the Jaguars are going to take over on the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, 3:04 to go in the third quarter.
That might have been number 63, Hudson Bork. He was number 11 before the game, and they came up and said that he was going to be 63 today. So that might have been 63 out there. Anyways, there's 3:04 remaining in the third quarter. 28-7 is going to be 1st and 10 for Hinckley at their 19-yard line.
You know, I've been really impressed with number 8 here on defense, Deacon Larson. Sophomore, really fast kid. And it's interesting, he's not a huge kid, but he's lining up at D tackle there. And I think he's probably able to utilize some strength and speed to get through on a lot of these plays to put pressure on both the run game and the quarterback.
Hinckley-Finlayson running towards us here, towards the bottom side of the field. Looks like they might be able to pick up about 4 yards. And then number 72 there on the tackle. 72 for the Rangers is Caden Lubick. Lupke?
Yep, Lupke.
Eldon McLean making the tackle. 2nd down for the Jaguars.
2nd down for the Jaguars. 2nd and 8, 2:34. Clock is ticking down. 28-7 Rangers. Ball on the 21 of Hinckley.
You got Lions coming down to the bottom side of the field. You've got 2 running backs in the backfield. The quarterback's going to be in the shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers split to the right.
Eldon McLean on coverage.
Yep, and we got that safety over the top again. Looks like they're going to move out to the right side with a scramble and a throw. You're going to have
There's
a flag
in the backfield. It's going to be on number 2. I think it's a roughing of the passer.
Yeah, it looks like Jacobs just a second late on the hit there after the ball is thrown. The ball is thrown, over the head of the receiver on the far side there. The receiver probably would not have had a chance to come down with that ball. We've seen the quarterback here sail quite a few balls, but we've had pressure on him almost all night. And so really good job by Ranger defense here.
Personally. There's fouls on each team.
Okay, foul is going to be on each team. The penalties are probably going to offset then.
Penalties offset.
And it's going to be a replay of downs.
2nd down.
They're going to replay 2nd down. It's going to be a 2nd down and about 8. 2:07 remains in the third quarter. 28-7 Rangers. English really did do a really good play. He was just a little bit late on that one. Otherwise, it would have been a really great play on the quarterback.
Yep, he's had great pressure all night. He's been in the backfield causing havoc. Once again, we're clogging the gaps here. They're going to snap the ball at a shotgun. Low snap. We're able to get pressure right away. He snaps it up.
Oh, he's able to give it away to number 0, I think it was.
Yeah, another great play. We've got a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and it looked like we had him wrapped up until he was able to flip that ball to 0 for a short gain of 2 or 3 yards.
Hayden Holloway for the Hinckley-Finlayson Jaguars. He's able to get a couple on the play. It's going to be a 3rd and about 7 now. 3rd and 7, 1:40 remains in the third quarter. The clock continues to run. Eldon McLean has been matching up against Lions here in the second half, and it's been working for the Rangers. Wyatt Holmes has gone off to the other side of the field, and they have been throwing over towards the other side of the field a little bit more because Lions has been shut down. Oh, Eldon with a good read on the play, and he comes forward and blocks that pass.
Yeah, that's a great play by Eldon. Number 84 has been running that go route pretty much all night, and so that time they try to run about a 7 or 8 yard hook right there at the line to gain. Eldon does a good job reading it. As soon as he turns, Eldon breaks on the ball. He's able to break up the pass. Really nice play by Eldon. He's going to drop back for the punt receive here. 4th and 7 from the Jaguars 22.
Eldon McLean back to receive the punt. Rangers in the punt formation. Back to receive.
And we'll see what happened here. Obviously, on the last punt, that did not work out. Looks like they're not lining up to punt the ball. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 7.
Shotgun formation
They got
for
3
the
receivers on the
Hinckley-Finlayson
bottom.
Jaguars.
Looks like Hinckley's going to take a timeout here. They either coach didn't like how they lined up, didn't line up in the right place. So we'll see how they come out of this timeout. You know, they were lined up in that formation with 3 receivers on the bottom, and I think every time they've done that, they've had number 84 take that drop step back and catch that screen pass, and then you've got 2 blockers there and ready to go. So we'll see if they come out of the timeout in the same formation or if they try something different
Yeah,
here.
with it being a 4th and 7, a little bit more of a risky play, but Lyons has some athleticism, and he can get out on the edge fairly quickly.
Yeah, it's a big kid. He's been able to break some tackles as well. I mean, you've got to find ways to get the ball in his hand, but the Rangers have done a really good job since that first drive of keeping him pretty limited. He hasn't he had those 2 catches early on in this game, and I don't think he's had much since then. They've tried to go back to him quite a few times, and Eldon has done a really nice job here shutting him down. We'll see if he can do it again here. So
They are not going to punt. It's going to be a shotgun formation, 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers on the close hash.
Yep, you got Eldon lined up with him. They're going to look this way again. They're going to try to get it to number 13. They do get it to him, but looks like he is not going to make the first down, and the Rangers are going to get the ball back.
They did try running a screen, and they were only able to pick up 3. They did not go to Lyons on the play. He actually was a blocker on the play.
And the Rangers take over on downs. 1st and 10 Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers are going to get the ball back here on the Jaguars' 25-yard line. 59 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Your Rangers lead 28-7, looking to build on that 21-point lead here in the 3rd.
It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Rangers. 26-yard line. 59 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
26.
And it looks like the Rangers are going to go with a 2 wide receiver set on the far hash.
You got Wyatt Holmes here in at quarterback.
Wyatt's played his fair share of quarterback this year.
He's going to take the shotgun snap. It's going to be a quarterback option, and he's just going to run on his own. I don't know what happened there. Number 65 for the Jaguars, Russell Coleman. I mean, he just kind of stood up at the line of scrimmage and just watched the play happen. But Wyatt just took that ball, went straight up the middle of the field. The offensive line was able to get a really good push. Nice play there by the Rangers.
1st and 10 Rangers at the Jaguar.
1st and 10 from the Jaguar. 35 seconds remains in the 3rd quarter. Clock continues to tick. 28-7 Rangers.
Yep, you got Ethan Anderson and Caleb Billman lined up with Wyatt in the shotgun formation here. Wyatt takes it again. Same play just about, except he's going to go off to the left. He found some space there. He breaks the tackle. And a touchdown for your Crosby Ironton Rangers. That is a 34-7 lead. You know, both of those plays there, Wyatt is able to get about 10 yards before even getting touched. Really nice play, really good reads. He's just kind of patient as he runs out there to the left. Then he finds his space, cuts it up, breaks 1 tackle, and scores a really nice touchdown. Nice job, Wyatt Holmes.
Wyatt is another speedy individual. He was another one of those on that 4x1 state track team, so he's got some speed to him. They're going to go 2-point conversion. Wyatt's going to do the same thing. Here he goes, right up the middle, and they're going to stick with what's working. 2-point conversion is good.
Yeah, I think they ran the play 3 times, the same play 3 times there. I don't think there was any variation to it. They had the same 2 wide receivers to the bottom here. He had the same 2 guys in the back. He takes the snap, kind of take a hop step back, let the blockers get ahead. Some patient running. Really nice job by Wyatt to put 8 more points on the board. And that's a 36-7 Rangers lead with 15 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. You know, a lot cleaner football here the last couple drives for the Rangers, and they're able to capitalize on multiple opportunities and take a pretty big lead.
Coach Searstead has to be happy with what he's seeing out of his team in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you probably go into halftime there and tell them exactly what we've talked about in terms of if you clean this up, this game's going to look a lot different. And they've done that. They've done a really nice job with that here in the second half, and they've taken a 29-point lead.
Well, it's 36-7 for the Rangers. 15 seconds remain in the 3rd quarter. Wiesner is going to kick off.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good, at this point, they're getting some more guys probably at this point are going to start getting some playing time here in this game. The ultimate goal at this point with a 36-7 lead is to get out of here healthy and start working for next week. The Rangers have done a really nice job here in the second half, building this lead here.
And the Rangers will be up against a very tough Moose Lake Willow River team next week. But come out and support the Rangers. The home crowd atmosphere is something that can also help the Rangers out. So come and cheer on CI Go here at John Davies Field.
Yep, Keon takes the kick there. Kick goes to about the 15-yard line for about a 10-yard return by Hudson Bork. Jaguars are going to take over on the 32-yard line for a 1st and 10. We got about 8 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Looks like the wind's starting to pick up just a little bit out there. We got the Old Glory straight ahead of us on the far side of the field, waving in the wind right behind the scoreboard over there.
8 seconds to go in the third quarter. This may be the last play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter may be on its way. It's going to be a shotgun formation for the Hinckley-Finlayson 2 wide receivers set down in the bottom side. They're going to pass. Ooh. Oh, and it was almost intercepted by number 40.
Yep, that looks like Ethan Anderson comes across there. So he's playing the linebacker position. They had 2 wide receivers to the bottom side of the field here. They ran basically opposite in and out routes. Number 84 going into the field there towards the center of the field, which they haven't actually tried to throw much in the center. Most of their throws have been either short to the far side of the field or deep downfield, and that one, Ethan makes a really nice play, almost comes down with the pick. They line up in the same formation, 1 wide receiver to the far side, 2 wide receivers to the short side here, 2 in the back. They snap the ball out of shotgun, screen pass here to number 13, and he's unable to come up with it. Rangers are going to be facing a 3rd and 10 here, or defending a 3rd and 10. Really nice job for the Rangers to shut that down again. The pressure on the quarterback there has been pretty relentless. He hasn't had time to line.
That really was the same play they tried to run on that 4th down earlier, and they weren't able to connect then either. So the Rangers are doing a lot of things right now.
Yep, playing really good football. Looks like number 77, Tristan Jamison, coming off the field here. The field is going to flip. That is the end of the third quarter. The Rangers lead 36-7. It'll be 2nd and 10, Jaguar football on the 32-yard line as we begin the fourth quarter. We'll take a pause here, and we'll be back in a moment.
Are you having trouble paying your energy bills? Lutheran Social Services of Minnesota's Energy Assistance Program is currently taking applications for assistance from residents of Crow Wing County. Applicants that meet program deadlines may qualify for help. All funds go directly to your vendors. You can apply online at lssmn.org/energy assistance or pick up an application at the drop box located outside the back entrance at 716 East Street in Brainerd. If you have questions, call 218-829-5000 and leave a detailed message.
If you are interested in advertising with Rangers Live, please contact Clay Twig, the Activities Director in the Activities Department at Crosby Ironton High School. We are offering many different opportunities for you to advertise with Rangers Live, and all the proceeds go back to the student athletes of Crosby Ironton High School. Thank you so much for your support, and go CI Go.
All right, we're coming back here to begin the fourth quarter. Jaguars are coming out to line up. They're going to be coming left to right. They're lining up with 2 wide receivers on the close side of the field here, 1 to the far side, 2 in the back.
And there's a fumble on the play, and number 0 falls on it after a swarm of Rangers comes after him.
Yeah, they've just had a hard time with that shotgun snap. They've fumbled that one quite a few times. They've been fortunate enough that they've been able to keep the ball every time there, but they lose about 7 or 8 yards there. It's going to be a long 4th down here for the Jaguars.
Fourth and 18 coming up.
4th down and 18 for Hinckley-Finlayson. I would think that they would kick here, although they didn't do that the last time. So we'll see. They might just keep their offense on the field. They are going to punt.
Yep.
They're in the punt formation. Number 4 back to punt for Hinckley, and Eldon McLean.
Good snap
deep.
that time. Punt is off. Punt goes down to about the 50-yard line. Eldon's going to pick it up right at the 40. He's tackled just about right away.
And there's a face mask, I believe, on the play. Looks like a face mask against Hinckley-Finlayson. That'll be a addition. Yep, it is.
Yeah, Eldon had about a 7-yard return there. He was met right away by the Gunners on the far side, but a face mask is going to bring that ball into Jaguar territory, setting the Crosby Ironton Rangers up for another opportunity to put some more points on the board.
Personal foul, face mask on the Jaguars, 15-yard penalty.
That'll move it down to about the 37-yard line. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 Rangers on the 37-yard line. 36-7 for the Rangers. It is 11:01 to go in the game.
At the Jaguar 37.
Got 2 wide receivers lined up to the bottom here. Number 40, Ethan Anderson. Number 1, Jeremy Henson. One wide receiver to the
on the other
top.
side.
One running back is going to take the ball from the.
It was a handoff to Billman. The ball came loose, but it looks like he was down. It's going to be. Play was ruled dead on the play. So play was ruled dead, but a loss of 3 yards.
Yep, so Wyatt lined up in the shotgun snap there with Caleb right by his side. Caleb is eaten up right away in the backfield. It's going to be 2nd and 15 here for the Crosby Ironton Rangers. The ball at the Jaguars 43. The clock is running, 10:30 left to go in the 4th quarter. Jeremy Henson's going to line up here at the bottom, wide side of the field. You got 2 in the backfield. Wyatt lines up under center. He's going to take the snap, and he fumbles it, so he's just going to fall on it right there. You're not going to, maybe a loss of a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 16 for the Rangers.
3rd and 16 for the Rangers. Wyatt Holmes has come in at quarterback. He's been in at quarterback for probably the last 5 minutes or so.
Yep. Jeremy and Ethan Millsop are going to come on here with the play. 9:50. The clock is still running. 3rd and 18. Pretty long 3rd down here. Maybe you try to get similar to what we talked about, try to get a chunk play here for 9-10 yards. Give yourself a 4th and manageable. Maybe go for it there on 4th down. He's going to be lined up in the shotgun formation. Takes the snap. He's looking off to his left. He's got 2 wide receivers. Lefty throwing the ball over there to Braylon Cannell. Makes a great catch.
Oh, man. Down to the 23-yard line. It was just being able to sail over Lyons and right into Cannell's hands. Cannell had to stretch out a little bit for it. He brought in that play. Wow, what a play.
Yeah, that's a really nice catch by Braylon. He runs a post to the sideline. Wyatt does a really nice job, just layers that ball right over number 84. Braylon makes a good catch on it, takes another couple of yards for the 1st down.
It's nice for Wyatt to be able to get in the game and get some development as he's a junior this year.
Yep, he's going to get a good opportunity here with still 9 minutes left to go. That one is just blown up right away. He takes the ball under center, hands it off to number 43 in the backfield, and that is just blown up by number 0 from the Jaguars. That's going to be a 4-yard loss for the Rangers, setting up a 2nd and 14.
So Christian Anderson was on the carry there, but number 0, Holloway, was on him right away. He was able to get right through the linemen and find where the hole was supposed to be. So
yeah, Holloway's lined up down here on looks like the right defensive end position, and he burst through that line real quick on that one. And we're going to line up in a similar formation here. You got the I formation with, looks like both of the Anderson boys here in the backfield, number 40 and number 43. Wyatt takes the snap under center. He hands it to number 43, breaks a nice tackle in the center of the field, just right up the gut for a 12, 13, 14-yard gain. Really nice run.
Christian Anderson.
That's another Ranger 1st down.
Rangers continue to move the ball, and they've brought in some extra players to get some nice experience in this game.
1st and goal at the 10-yard
1st and 10 for the Rangers, about at the 10-yard line. 7:48 to go in the ball game, and clock continues to tick. Rangers up Rangers up by 29. And here they go. Anderson gets the ball again. Anderson runs down to the 5-yard line. So pick up a 5 for the Rangers. Going to be a second and about 5 to go. Second and goal.
Second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, chunk gains here. Ethan's able to get a nice run on the last one for 10 or 11, another 5 there. Let's see if he's able to finish off 5 more and pound this one in for another Ranger touchdown.
Second down and goal, shotgun formation for the Rangers. 2 running backs in the backfield and 2 wide receivers set on each side. Number 43 in motion. That's Anderson. Oh, they fumbled the ball, and Wyatt was able to fall on it and recover the ball. He might have even got a gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, unable to handle that snap again. But he does a nice job of falling on it. You know, both teams tonight having, a little bit of troubles with that center quarterback exchange, both under center and from shotgun. But, both teams have been fortunate that none of it's led to turnovers yet. The only turnovers we've had have been on run plays and on, that pass on the far side here. So the Rangers are going to line up again. Wyatt's going to take the ball under center with number 40. Ethan Anderson, actually that's number 43, Christian Anderson. He takes the ball and he's met right at the line of scrimmage, maybe for probably no gain at all.
Yeah. Fourth and goal for the Rangers, going to stay at the 5-yard line. So 4th and goal on the 5-yard line. Anderson with a carry again.
Yeah, we'll see how aggressive Coach Searstead wants to be here with the score already up 29. If you want to just try to punch it in, run the ball, force the Jaguars to stop the run, or if he's going to take an opportunity to throw down here to Ethan or Eldon, to Braylon. Takes the ball under center, he fakes it. He's got a guy wide open there. Let's see. That is number 2, Jacob English with the touchdown.
Jacob English for a Ranger touchdown.
That's a really good play again because we've been pounding it through the center, right between the left and right tackles there all of this drive. And so they fake that handoff, and Wyatt does a really nice job of rolling out to the right there. Jacob is able to get wide open on the far side in the back corner of the end zone there for another Rangers touchdown.
And Wyatt had the choice option there, it looked like, whether he wanted to run or he wanted to pass. And he had a wide open wide receiver, so why not, right?
Yeah, he definitely had the space. We're going to line up here again. We'll see if we can get a better snap. Not quite, but...
Up, and it is
look
good.
At that. Yeah, another snap that's kind of high, but Wyatt doesn't have to stand up for that one. He's able to throw the arms up and get that snap in time to put it down.
43-7 Rangers, 5:20 remains in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Wiesner adds a point after attempt.
5:20 remaining in the 4th quarter. We're going to be at running time.
Yeah, your Rangers are up here 36 points. It's a 43-7 game, and that's 7 points from the Jaguars come all the way back on the first drive of the game. After seeing those first 2 drives of the game, you thought that we might be in for a game, a pretty tight matchup here. And even the Jaguars did a really nice job through the first half there, keeping this game close, 14-7 for a long time. But the Rangers have just come out firing here in the second half, and that lead is built up 36 points. You got 5:20 remaining here in the 4th. As Rocky had just said, we'll be on running time here for the remainder of this game. Rangers are going to be kicking off here from right to left.
Once the ball is kicked, the clock will run, and the only thing that will stop that clock is if Hinckley-Finlayson scores.
Yep.
Rangers have had really good defensive play tonight, only letting 1 touchdown go in. They made some great adjustments since the 1st quarter, and they've been able to shut down Hinckley ever since.
Yep, and the kick is off here. He's going to kick it off to the right side of the field. It looks like that one's actually going to go out of bounds, right about the 15.
Kick is out of bounds for a penalty.
Overall, I think coaching staff is going to be really happy with this game tonight. I think the offense and the defense have both played really, really good. The only thing that you really got to clean up here is going to be those penalties, because you're going to get into some tighter games, and they've had it already this year where they've played some one-score games, and that's the games where those penalties make the big difference.
Yep, the last one that I announced at and was on Rangers Live, I think it would have been a little bit different of a ball game if those penalties really hurt us against Greenway last time. So if they can shore up those penalties, I think they would be giving themselves a lot better chance to win ball games. So they have the talent there, that's for sure.
Yep, and they got 3 games remaining left in the year, and so continue to build off of this match, this game here tonight, and we'll see how we finish out. And so the Jaguars are going to take over. They got a 3 wide receiver formation to the top. You got 1 running back in the backfield, 1 wide receiver to the close side of the field here. They're going to pitch it to the left. It's going to be number 0 again. He's going to make a little shimmy there and be taken down out of bounds.
0 against 0. So Braylon Kellen is going to knock him out of bounds.
Yep, for about a 5-yard gain there. The clock is going to continue to run here. Your Rangers lead 43-7. It's going to be 2nd and 5 from the 40-yard line here in the 4th quarter at John Davies Field. Beautiful night.
And it looks like Searstead's going to take off a lot of his starters, send on a lot of other players that can get some time in the ballgame.
Yep, a couple more seniors there. Caleb Billman, Ethan Millsop come off the field. Awesome to see some other guys get some opportunities here that we don't see too often. I see number 23, Dylan Yorick here at corner on the close side of the field here. He's going to be lined up at this versus wide receiver. It's going to be a shotgun snap here. 1 running back in the backfield. And we got somebody jumping.
And there's a full start going to be on the Hinckley-Finlayson, I believe.
We got number 54, Garrett Steele, getting on. He's a freshman. I don't think he gets too much time out there, so it's awesome to see him get out there.
Number 65, Aiden Boyer on the field
freshman,
as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I always tell my girls as well on volleyball, it's awesome when you can build a lead and get more folks an opportunity to get out there and play some varsity sports. So it's cool to see those guys get out there. Good job to the seniors pushing a big lead on their homecoming and getting some of the other boys an opportunity to play tonight.
Well, it just is able to give them some experience, because a lot of those kids are young too, and they'll be future Rangers playing on the varsity team, but that'll probably be in a year or 2 to come. So.
Yeah, that's another...
Playing full-time minutes.
Yeah, another botched snap there by the Jaguars. As soon as he picks that up, that he's met immediately by number 52, James Serrato, who came off of the corner there. So that's a sack for number 52. Welcome to the game. Clock still runs here. It's 2:59 remaining left in the 4th quarter. Your Rangers lead 43-7. It's going to be 3rd and 15 here. The Jaguars have not had... really any offensive momentum since early in the first half.
I would think that probably Hinckley is a little bit tired. They have a little bit of a shorter bench tonight, so they're probably a little bit tired. They have to be able to use all the players that they have over on the sideline. So Rangers really wore them out tonight. There's 2:28 to go in the ball game here. Running clock, 43-7 Rangers. It's going to be a 4th and looks like about 9 yards.
Yeah, you got to tip your hats to the Jaguars. As you said, I think we counted maybe 20 guys over there. I don't know how many they got on the roster here, but there's a handful of guys over there that are in sweatpants and jeans. So that's tough, and we've seen some of these guys come out and just repeatedly make plays on both sides of the ball. For the Jaguars, and we've been fortunate enough to do that on our side of the ball as well, and it's put us in this position of a 36-point lead. And
number 4 onto the field now, Evan Dvorak too. And
lots of freshmen getting opportunity to get out on the field here tonight. That's awesome, especially on homecoming. Everybody loves homecoming. So
number 4 back to pass, and it looks like he's able to get his wide receiver, and they're going to take off down, and they're going to get their touchdown. And that's going to stop the clock.
Yep, that's number 33, Julian Barbero. Runs a little bit of a post route for probably about 10 yards, and he catches that ball, and he just breaks loose for about a 60-yard touchdown there for the Jaguars. That's going to stop the clock. Your Crosby Ironton Rangers still lead 43-13 here in the 4th.
Well, in action tomorrow will be the tennis team. They'll be playing doing their matches at Foley. I would think they would come to their postseason here very soon. Also in action next week, we have our cross-country team out at the Rutgers golf course. That meet will be on Thursday. Come out and support the Rangers at that one. We also have quite a few. The next football game at home will be next Friday against Moose Lake, Willow River. Then we also have some volleyball.
Yep, volleyball will be at home the next few Tuesdays. Big matchup for us, a big Great River Conference matchup against Mora on Tuesday. Come out and support. We're currently sitting atop of the standings of the conference, and Mora's about 2 spots back. We beat Rush City. Rush City beat Mora, and so we're hoping to take down Mora. And
the louder the crowd, the better, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And this group of girls is so fun to watch. I've had so many people this year, telling me, holy smokes, I didn't realize how much fun volleyball is to watch, especially when you got a team like we do that's just incredibly athletic, really good verticals. We can hit the heck out of the ball, and so it's just a great team to watch. So come on out and support. Jaguars get the extra point there, so the Rangers have a 43-13 lead. We've got 1:22 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Thanks for listening to us here tonight. I gotta say, Rocky, I've enjoyed this a lot. This has been a lot of fun.
This is my second time, so I'm a seasoned vet now.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, I like doing this. I'm gonna have to get back on the call more often. It probably helps that we're up by 29 points.
All season.
Yeah, Hinckley's going to come out. They're going to kick the ball, and the Rangers, I would think, would
basically run a play.
Go, maybe a run attack or some practice plays or something of that nature. So,
yeah, we'll still have a couple guys back here to return. It looks like Jeremy, Eldon, and Braylon still back to return here. And the kick is off. We know he's got a boot. It's pretty high up kick. Jeremy's going to come up, let it come off of bounds. Eldon's going to pick it up just behind the 20-yard line. He's going to knee the ball right at the 18.
With the kneel down, downing the ball.
And here they come. Some new numbers that I'm seeing on the field now as well is number 15, Jackson Vogt, is into the ball game.
Yeah, I think I saw number 9, Caleb Smith.
Number 61, Creed Griesman, is also on there.
Okay, so, Creed.
Yeah.
Really, really good baseball player. Coach Creed for a while. I know he's done a great job for Coach Jenkins on the baseball team. Number 26, Hayden Ford, another freshman, getting some time out here on the field.
Number 75, John Fram, into the ball game as well. It looks like he is under center. Rangers in the I formation. And there's a fumble on the Rangers. And Jaguars are saying it's probably their ball.
Yeah,
and it is.
Looks like number 63 for the Jaguars picks it up there. That's going to be Hudson Bork with the fumble recovery. Wyatt Holmes was still in there at quarterback, it looks like, so not able to come up with the snap on that one. 1:10 remaining here in the fourth quarter, 43-14. I'd have to imagine that coach is still comfortable with his lead here.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to have a nice, comfortable lead where you can rest your starters and look forward to the next week. I would think that next week is going to be a very tough matchup for the Rangers, and they're going to have to be healthy and ready. So.
Yep. Yeah, and you got most of the seniors down here in front of us on a knee watching the mostly freshmen out there getting some snaps. Another guy out there, number 10, Liam Markley, getting some reps with the varsity squad out here. Hinckley-Finlayson, as we talked about, has a short bench, so they still got their starters in there. Number 4, quarterback's going to drop back. He's going to take it on his own, brings it all the way to the left sideline.
Number 10 in pursuit of him, Liam Markley.
And they make the tackle right at the goal line there. It looks like he's going to be just short. He took that snap and rolled directly out to his left. They faked the handoff, and I think a lot of the Rangers bid on that fake, and so they're going to have the ball first and goal just at the 1-yard line. The clock is stopped for some reason.
Well, yeah, the clock is stopped. I think he did step out of bounds. So.
Sure. Well, it's going to be 59 seconds remaining here. They're going to have the ball goal to goal here from the 1 yard line. He's going to be taken under center. A little bit of a tush push there. He's going to dive in for a Jaguar touchdown.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
And the score is now 43-20 for the Rangers. 55 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, nice play there by the Jaguars. Quarterback number 4, Kellen Von Ruden, takes the quarterback sneak there. They're going to line this one up for their 3rd point after of the night.
What'd you see? There's some alumni celebration stuff going on. Was it tonight and tomorrow?
Yeah, so I think actually right now at the Taconite, they're doing a kind of meet and greet social for the Hall of Fame inductees. And then tomorrow as well, they've got a more formal ceremony and a lunch. I believe I want to say it's at the Hudson. Hopefully I don't get that wrong. Somebody will correct me if I do. But that's tomorrow at 11 or 12. And, like we said, just an awesome opportunity to celebrate a lot of the athletes that have come and gone in this community. Some of them are still around locally. Some of them traveled in for it. So great to see a lot of people here at the game tonight.
Yeah, I know a lot of the athletes that either take a field or a court or anything like that, or a cross-country meet or anything like that, or a tennis court. They're looking to beat those accolades. They look forward to those Hall of Famers, and they do like talking to the Hall of Famers too when they're in town and they stop by and have a conversation. And that's always the bar to meet. Is always a bar set high by those Hall of Famers. And usually they're the record book people that is setting the goal for the future Rangers.
So your Rangers will line up here to receive the kick once again. Still got Eldon, Jeremy, and Braylon to return the kick. Kicking off here from left to right. We got 55 seconds here remaining. We've been on running time, and somehow the last 5 minutes has felt like the longest part of the game. But we'll see if we can just run the clock out here to close out the game.
I think the running time went away because I think it's a 35-point difference would be a running clock in high school football. So once the Hinckley scored their first touchdown there, it was then a stop clock.
Sure, and that makes sense then. Jeremy Henson just takes the fair catch there at about the 10-yard line.
54 seconds to remain. (43-21) Rangers. It's been a great ball game tonight. Great weather, great atmosphere. Hall of Famers here, kids playing on the field, dancers out just for kicks. Lots of different fun things out here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like they're lined up in victory formation.
And they do. They kneel it down.
Clean
and
snap, they kneel it.
They're going to call it a ball game here.
I think
One more snap.
Yep.
Rangers kneel it down again and run off to the side of the field to be greeted by the other Rangers with great high fives. And they're going to go and go out to the center of the field, congratulate each other on a game well done.
Yeah, lots of guys getting opportunities to play tonight. Our seniors did a fantastic job. Congratulations to them. It's always fun to get a win on your senior year homecoming, and they certainly showed out tonight. Performed really well, both defensively and offensively. Awesome game by the Rangers. Really fun night.
Kickoff, 7 o'clock.
Next kickoff for the Rangers will be 7 o'clock here at home against Moose Lake Willow River Rebels. So come out and support the Rangers at the next one. They're going to need a loud crowd out in the stands to help them along.
Yeah, it's a really good Moose Lake team, but I think if we can play offensively and defensively like we did tonight, and we can clean up some of those penalties, this is a really good football team. 2-3, I think, is a pretty deceiving record for the Rangers. It's a really athletic team, and so exciting for them to get the win out of here tonight. 3 more games to go, so obviously focusing one game at a time. Tough opponent next week, so lots of excited guys out there, though, and it's an awesome night to be a Ranger.
The great thing about high school football is they're constantly learning, constantly growing. You never know which team is going to be the better team coming at the end of the season. So a lot of growing stuff to do for the Rangers, some penalties to probably shore up for next week and work on. There's always things to work on as a coaching staff. You and I both know that. So
yeah, it's pretty constant, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to sign off here at rangerslive.net. Like we said, if you want to support rangerslive.net, just please reach out to Clay Twigg, the athletic director here at the school. So thank you for tuning in to rangerslive.net.
Awesome. Thanks, Rocky. It's been a fun night.
Good job, guys.